Hello. Ooh,
Good times.
gonna let it
Oh
froze
man.
up.
Yeah, our pre-show is too good. We should record these and then release them.
Should have. We really should have. I don't think the world's ready for that.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, everybody. I am David. This is High Shelf Gaming. We are, of course, playing Blades in the Dark again tonight, run by
Yay.
Mike, our wonderful GM. Thank you so much, Mike.
Hey.
High Shelf Gaming. We have a couple of announcements going into tonight's session. Announcement number one, in no particular order. We just released an episode today talking about a new Kickstarter called Knights of the Shadow Realm, which is put on by David Barentine and his buddy Zach. David ran the campaign. It's like this epic long level 1 to level 20 D&D campaign with like demigods and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. That Kickstarter is live now. I think it's funded or almost funded or something like that. It looks really cool. I'm super excited about it. And those guys are great. Go check it out. It's super fun. And go check out the episode to listen to the synopsis of the whole thing. So if you are interested in the content of that Kickstarter, listen to our thing, because he goes into each chapter and breaks down each chapter. So like, if you don't want spoilers, don't listen. But if you want an overview, do listen. That's what I'll say about that. So we've got that. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be playing Oceans, the board game, with Dominic, who is the creator of Oceans. So this guy reached out to us and asked if he could come on High Shelf Gaming and play with us, which is super cool. We have a couple of ladies in STEM, so ladies in science, technology, engineering, and math, that are going to be playing Oceans with him. And I'm super excited about that. Yes. Science, technology, engineering, math. And
Creator
actually,
of Oceans is such a good like resume point though.
Yeah, Creator of Oceans is amazing. And like, they did so much research for that game that I think that he could like kind of hold his own with some oceanic knowledge against a marine biologist. I don't have a marine biologist coming on the show. I do have a lot of like healthcare people coming on the show. So I imagine that the chat will be full of COVID discussion, and that's cool because I think that everybody involved would love to talk about that and dispense wisdom from where they sit. And all of you in this game, you all know, like Kelly and my wife, she's in our Discord talking about the COVID situation room, or in a chat room that we've created called the COVID situation room, where all of us lay people can ask her questions. And it's been awesome.
I do
And
not
she
allow
puts up with
myself to
us.
read it. I don't allow myself to read it more than like once a day.
Yeah.
I get my little dose and that's it. I gotta chill for the rest of the day. I can't.
I just hunt for her stuff now, because like there's so many links and so much information. It's like, wait, what is Kelly saying? Okay,
right.
I'm in.
I like linking to everything, David.
No, I agree. But like there's this one day where there's a bunch of infographics, and I was like, I have no context for any of these infographics. Kelly, help me. And she was like, here, the thing. And I was like, awesome. So super cool. Very happy that we get to do that in our community. We're just lucky with all the talented folks that are involved, and that I happen to marry one. And said, hey, come in here and talk to my fans about COVID. They're all scared. And then on the 21st, this Saturday, we are restarting our Cyberpunk game. So it was on hiatus for a little bit while I mentally recouped and took a little time off and got Chapter 2 ready. Chapter 2 is basically almost ready. And so on the 21st, we're going to do our big family meeting, which is like Cyberpunk downtime, where all of us talk about what the family's going to do from a big picture perspective.
I'm going to be missing an arm.
You are -1 arm, sir.
What's up?
It'll be pretty awesome.
I'm going to be playing a new character.
Yeah, exactly. We have a couple of new players. We have a couple of new characters. Could
be worse. Heather's dead.
All of the plot lines have advanced, right? There's fallout from the death of Blue. There's fallout from the things you guys did. There's fallout from the things you didn't do, right? And so on the 21st, we're going to discover high level what all happened as a result of what we did for our first month in Game Calendar. And then that's going to start off Chapter 2, and we'll be back to our scheduling games and playing on the weekend and doing Cyberpunk all over again. So very excited to relaunch the game. and get into chapter 2 or 3. I guess it's officially chapter 3. Fuck, I don't know. It's the next chapter in the thing.
More stuff. More stuff.
Your original game was 0. Now this was 1, and now
there
one,
it is.
2.
There. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we start with the engineering.
It's
always
it's Cyberpunk Red Chapter 2.
There it is. There it
There
is.
you go.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That works for me.
The 2020 is just the prequel episodes. That,
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a hell of a prequel, and now we're.
I mean, we're approaching like having 3 times as many episodes of Red as we did for the original 2020. So it's like,
Oh yeah, and some of those episodes are like 6 hours long. So like, just total volume of content is like.
we've eclipsed 2020
Yeah.
by volumes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last announcement that I have off the top of my head before I hand it over to you all to remind me of things, our good friend Crystal Sully, who is an artist who's come on the show a couple of times, or at least once, talking about being an artist in the gaming scene. She does a lot of stuff for Pathfinder, a lot of stuff for other fantasy games. She does a lot of really great monsters and dragons and stuff. She has a Patreon now. And so we want to plug that and let everybody know about Crystal Sully's awesome Patreon. And so if you like
I
cool
linked it
dragons,
in the chat.
yeah. If you like cool
And who
dragons, you should go and check
doesn't?
it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
She did the book with like the skeletons, like the like.
Oh, do you
just the
have one,
whole-
David?
Bam! Bam! Yes. Yes.
Like it had all the
Yeah, what is it? The that's the back of it. Untamed Beasts.
Yes.
And like she like knows anatomy, so she with blacklight made the skeletons appear. So like here's the monster, and then if you shine a blacklight over it, I didn't get the fancy one. I didn't get the one with the skeletons. But if you got the right one, you could like shine a blacklight over this and see all the skeletal
super cool.
structure.
Oh,
And
well, nah, just
they
need
are
to buy that.
finishing. They are finishing sending out their Kickstarter orders, and I think they're going to be launching it on her website soon-ish.
Yeah, it's so
Um,
cool.
Cool.
If I
It's
can
so
say
cool.
something to that, though, those who are watching, if you can support any artists or people out in the gaming sphere, ECC was canceled, other cons are being canceled, and they really could use our help.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, their main revenue streams are drying up. So Patreons are super important for those folks. So if you can support them, I suggest you do so. I know a lot of us are in really scary times right now when it comes to our own jobs and that sort of thing. So obviously take care of yourself, take care of your family first. But if you have the means to take care of others, do so. Like that's good. That's good world. Good world to make. So let's see here. Other thing that was percolating on my mind about stuff we're doing. Gen Con, we're up to like 750 or 800 hours of gamer time stuff. I mean,
what?
it's like a crazy
Mhm.
amount of events that we're running. Fingers crossed Gen Con happens, right? Like they
Mhm.
haven't made any announcements, but I mean, holy smokes. This thing is way bigger than it was originally going to be. And
Mhm.
so, we all hope that it happens and that we all get to do all of our events and all of those good things. And so for our purposes, we are still full steam ahead on doing events at Gen Con.
How do they calculate gamer hours? Because I hear you say that, and I'm not. It sounds like a lot. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Number of players in your session times length of session.
Okay.
Right.
So if
So
you
if you
have
have
4 players for 4 hours, it's 16 gamer hours.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. That helps.
Yep. And they'll do like half hours and all that kind of stuff too. You can really cut it up however you like. But most games tend to either be 2 hours or 4 hours because of the way that Gen Con does their pricing structure. That
Mhm.
they basically always charge 2 or 4. They always charge 2, and that's 2 hours worth of game time. So if you're going to run an event and you know they're going to get dinged for $2, you might as well run a 2-hour event so they can get like all their
Mhm.
money's worth kind of thing.
So that's still like almost 200 hours of like events though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
for-
event
across all of
runtime,
us?
like not gamer hours, but like just the runtime of all the events.
Well, so yeah, think about that. We're doing 750 or 800 gamer hours. Each gamer is effectively paying $1 per hour to Gen Con. So we're at 750, $800 just on High Shelf Gaming. And we're a small community, folks. There's communities out there that do thousands of hours
So
and they fill them up. And it's like, oh,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
They're
Yeah, we're full steam ahead. We're doing awesome stuff. I really hope that everything goes off well at Gen Con. But yeah, I guess I kind of acknowledge that, Gen Con might be at risk, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what they say when we get closer to the convention.
It'd be fine.
Any other announcements
fine.
that I missed, team, friends?
Go
Did you guys
Wash your
do-
hands. Don't touch your face.
Wash your hands.
Do you guys do board games? Or
Yes.
do you have
We
any
haven't.
other than Oceans? Like,
So
if you-
Oceans is our next big thing tomorrow night, and we're super pumped for that.
like other than
I would like to get back into doing board game night. Frankly, interest had kind of dried up, and I got crazy busy.
You're still crazy busy.
I'm still crazy
Sounds
busy.
like-
Yeah. So I think that once I can get back to High Shelf Gaming, the podcast being weekly, because right now it is on an every other week thing, because I just don't have unfortunately, I just don't have the bandwidth,
Yeah.
So when High Shelf Gaming gets back to where I want it to be, then I'm interested in doing more board games. So that's on hiatus, frankly, until my time gets more available, and we'll see when that happens.
fair enough.
Because work is on fire. My
Everything's
job's
on fire.
It's on fire.
Everything's on fire.
Ethan asked about it though, so that sounds like Ethan is stepping up to be in charge of board games.
Yeah, Ethan.
There you go. That's
Thanks, Ethan. You're the best.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
I'm in
promoted.
yeah.
charge.
You've been
I'm in charge.
promoted.
If everybody could stop buying paper towels, my industry would be greatly thankful for that.
Yeah.
We can get to break. For the love of
Yeah.
God, stop, please.
Yeah.
No, there were plenty of paper towels
Yeah,
at the
paper
store.
towels
I
are
don't. Paper towels were
toilet
fine.
paper.
It's the
Not at
toilet paper.
Not
Toilet
at mine.
paper.
No, at the Philly stores, they're like, you know what? I want toilet paper, but paper towels will do.
I
Yeah,
feel
none.
so
Dude,
sorry
bro.
for all the plumbers of the
Do you
world.
know? Don't feel sorry for the plumbers. Plumbers are going to be making bank
Oh yeah,
after
no.
this.
That's
Don't get
true.
me wrong. Blue collar jobs are going to make a lot of money because of this, but just for my sanity, please.
I was just playing a game called Stellaris, which is like galactic strategy, and like a very important part of that game is to not make too many specialist jobs, because then you don't have enough blue collar workers.
Right.
I'm like, that's how it works.
Right. Yeah. When you have a
Gotta have
plumber
it.
shortage, stuff gets backed up.
Fuck, dude.
oh.
All right. Those are all my announcements. Those are all the things I have to say before we get into this game.
Ghost
We're
Bomb.
also all a little stir crazy because social distancing. So
Yeah. We were all working
enjoy
from
the ride
home.
with us, y'all.
I'm so socially and emotionally distant because I think that was also a government mandate.
Yes.
Emotional distance as well.
Yeah. By the way, folks, we are a COVID-friendly group here because none of us are near each other by more than 6 feet. We're all remote. This is how you do it.
I think the closest one to me personally is David, and that's like
Right.
several hundred miles.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
We're safe.
We're safe. We five are safe.
Feel fine.
All right,
Yes.
Mike. I feel like I should turn it back over to you. Otherwise, we'll never play this game, and we'll just.
Oh,
talk about
This will just-
hey,
this will just turn
everybody
into a
needs a chance
podcast.
to vent here because everything has been crazy these last couple of weeks. Yes.
This is a podcast
Um,
now.
Yes.
But
It should be.
yeah.
It should be.
Next up on why did they make this TV show? Let's talk about this stuff. No.
I've
Um,
sent crazier
oh my
ideas to
goodness.
David.
Yes. So
Okay.
Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark is a role-playing game. It is right here. See, it's pretty. I like it so
Blades in
much.
the
Actually, that's
Dark.
backwards, but anyway, that's yes. So it's if you built a industrial Victorian style city on top of the ruins of a post-cataclysmic fantasy setting. So everybody lives in a city where it's always nighttime. There's a big wall of lightning to keep out all the ghosts that want to slaughter everything and drain all their life energy. So the super rich have everything they want, and everybody else, if they really want to get anywhere, has to turn to crime, like these fine folks have.
Yes, we are trying to
so-
not be in the sewers, so we are doing
Yes.
crime.
It would be nice to not spend the rest of your lives slogging through the eeleries and growing like seaweed to distribute to everybody for food. So, crime it is. So yes, let's find out about these fine people and our players here. We can start over here, which is with Katrina, who is Maribel.
Hey, I'm Katrina. I play Maribel Welker. She really likes secrets and really likes having yours.
Indeed.
Nice. So next down here in the corner we have Griffith, played by Casey.
How y'all doing? Name's Casey. My character is Griffith. He likes to hunt the most dangerous game.
Whatever that means.
There are so many potential answers in this set, I guess. So down here in the other corner we have Ethan as Demas.
That's me. I'm playing Demas. He's the spider, and he has plans. Maybe he doesn't know what they are, though.
Plots within plots.
That's right.
Yes.
So much string.
And that brings us back around to David, who is Ohm.
Yeah.
Mr. Empty Ohm.
Empty Ohm is a tinkerer and an inventor of sorts that has found themselves without a lab, and must rectify that situation very quickly because.
No, we got you one.
Oh, that's awesome! Oh,
yes,
that's so good. That's such great news.
Need to bring you up to speed here.
So the important thing for Ohm is that we have this like patron, this backer, who really needs Ohm to make things, and they have not had a lab to make things. So
it's like Patreon, but way more needy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, and way more like, a village full of criminals. Our patron is not a nice person. Like not delivering something doesn't mean I don't get paid. It means I don't have fingers or whatever. I gotta get this made.
There has been no news to the patron about progress on the masks after 2 separate scores now, and I certainly don't know that because I'm tracking it anywhere for any reason.
No. Why would you track that thing? No. So
we are so boned.
Ohm is feeling some pressure to deliver something to the patron beyond drawings and ideas.
What if we gave him a ghost bomb instead?
We haven't decided what we're going to do with the ghost bomb.
That's an option.
One step at a time, folks. We gotta like get our hands on it and then make sure that we're the ones in control of it before we get to decide.
Yeah, and step 1 is still probably so. David, you weren't here last time, so let's tell Ohm what all happened. Because everybody went to dinner to try to find out who the Wraiths had been selling information to before from that dead drop that you guys took over.
Oh, nice.
Turns out, Scotland Consulate. So that
best friends.
Yes.
Good friends.
And the Scotland Consulate knows Demas or doesn't know Demas?
They know Demas, but they don't know Demas's cover identity that hangs out with them all the time, and they don't know who's under the mask of the Faceless. Good. So we're still good there. Good. I think we made some aggressive moves on that particular clock last session, though, maybe. No, I don't think we did, actually. We could have. That was
pretty aggressive.
We made some moves on it.
Yeah, there was an offer on the table at one point in terms of a devil's bargain, where you asked for a devil's bargain, and the offer was, you can have the extra die, but we start a clock that's like they start to unravel your fake identity and figure out who you are.
I thought we had too many things going on
that one.
Pick that one up, but like in the future.
We know it's odd for Ethan to give up the extra bonus die, but in this case, he decided not to.
I'm so glad you found restraint deep within your subcockles there, Ethan.
As opposed to my regular cockles and the super cockles.
Yes, thank you.
I was not aware of this cockle hierarchy that I had going on with myself.
Now you know it's there. It's been within you this whole time. As the spider, you have cockles within cockles.
I contain multitudes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes. So we hung out with a guy from the Scotland Consulate. We convinced him that he should be coming to the Faceless for information instead of the Wraiths. So we actually did improve your standing with the Scotland Consulate. You're not -2 with them. You're -1 with them.
We charmed
still
the
don't
pants
super
off
trust
him.
you.
We did do a good
But
job on that.
they're willing to see where this goes for a little while at least.
Sure, we got to deliver something before they're going to not kill us in an alley.
We did, though. That's how we won them over.
We got to deliver now a second thing before they're going to not kill us in an alley.
Yeah. We
gave them
some
extra
papers.
information on top of what they were already supposed to be delivered. And the guy was like, oh shit, yeah, they're not joking. Cool.
Okay.
Also, Ethan rolled like a 4, a 5, and 2 6s. So it helped.
Was that me? Did I do that?
There was a very good roll and a flashback.
Somebody
for
did that
part there. Yeah.
Somebody did crit. Oh no, that was me.
Well done. Well
right
done.
at the end.
It was a desperate roll too. It was
Are
good.
you like level 18 now, or
No.
Yeah, that's how it works.
No levels in this one, man.
That's right.
Except crews have levels, and the crew is now tier 1. The crew advanced from being tier 2 and strong, or tier 0 and strong, to tier 1 and weak.
We're the same strength as those gutter snipes that we met.
Oh, that's right, the kids.
Who I'm also trying to get into my little band of spies and thieves. So that's like a project.
Good.
Yeah.
Recruit the children and recruit the old men who just play chess at the bar. That's how you win.
What I'm doing.
That's
How
right.
you get information.
Right.
So as part of that, the crew earned the upgrade in tier, and also crew upgrades. So yes, that was spent getting a workshop, and quarters. So everybody has like an actual place to sleep in the back of the shop, and you can actually do work there now.
And you have a shop.
Yes.
Wow.
And we did discuss that since as an upgrade you can actually buy a cohort, which is either an expert to do something or a gang. When you do have upgrades again, you can hire the gutter snipes to work for the Faceless directly as part of the Faceless.
That's so fun.
So
I love world building. Like
I'm
this.
pushing for that to happen at some point because I think that would be great. But
Why not? Yeah, let's have.
No, see, why not is because you need a workshop.
But no. I mean, I understand why not last session, but like, why not future session? Let's give these kids, a future. Let's get them on the scholarship program, the Faceless, internship program.
Yeah, well, they're the children.
This
they
is
are
tots.
the future. Teach them well. Help them lead the way.
It's like,
No, this is not tots. Stop that.
it's like Scott's Tots from The Office.
No, it is not. That is a terrible episode. No, it is not.
There were some serious psychological scars going on with
Yeah,
David.
I like the chat's, Baker Street militia. Yes, that's what I'm going for.
The last time I used a group of urchins in a game, a player died from them. That is something to aspire to, right?
Kill the urchin.
Don't feed him ideas.
Hang on,
Penny.
just gonna bust out my pen here for a second.
Also, Dave, I'm gonna take a note, Ethan. No, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that joke. Sorry, David. We
Another
also
office
have
note joke.
we have 3. You have 3 coins in your stash,
In my stash.
I believe.
Yes.
I
When the crew goes up in tier, everybody earns stash. So
So you have 3 ticks in stash.
Yay.
So that is money in the bank. If you wanted to pull it out, you would lose 50% of it.
Okay.
But it is there towards building up to
Retirement.
not end up retiring and just dying in a gutter somewhere, like having an actual place to be. So
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, stash tells you how good your character has it once they stop being a criminal.
yes.
Nice.
You want to
Like
fill
if
that bad boy up.
If there's significant purchases and things like that you're trying to do, it's based on like the number of rows of stash you have filled in for fortune rolls usually. So
Yeah. Now the training that we're doing under prowess in the crew sheet.
That means we get 2 XP instead of 1 if we train it.
Yeah,
that's sexy. Yep. I like it.
We
Sorry.
also have a shit ton of heat on us right now.
Oh, look at that. Guys, I wish that I could
and we're
work
doing
on
a
the heat.
heist.
I really do. I wish I could work on the heat, but I'm working on a different flavor of heat next downtime. Just heads up.
right. Plus, you weren't there last time, so you don't get any downtime. So
That's right.
You were busy.
Gotta
dude.
do the
laugh at
score
this,
to get the
but-
downtime.
But we all want Ohm to deliver something to our patrons.
I've fallen in love with trouble, so even if this goes sour, I'm good.
Yes.
And I think the last thing is that we're slowly moving our reputation away from strange.
Yeah, we're moving it towards like savvy or daring. Because we're like
'Cause
not
we
as
haven't
weird
been
anymore.
we haven't been that strange lately.
It's true. We don't have our little 10-year-old causing
Yeah.
really dialing up the oddities.
And we don't present ourselves as weird. We present ourselves as like capable and
Yeah.
knowing more than you.
Yeah.
And so that was what our reputation would be, you know?
Okay.
Because that's just how we deal with people, you know?
Yeah.
As though we know more than them. It's like
You've got to front. You've got to present something.
Yeah, that's what the flashbacks are for, so you can know more than them. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's it.
that's how clever we are, is that we
Yes.
planned ahead.
So dinners were had. Workshops have been, oh, it was here under this tarp. Ta-da! It works now. Okay.
I imagine
here
Oh, and
the
there's
whole
enough space to
time.
sleep here. Yeah.
the Ubisoft like panoramic circling the building as construction
Yep.
happens.
Yes.
One of those.
Yes. Or maybe more apt, if anybody's seen Requiem for a Dream, when the lady is on speed and she like goes through cleaning her whole apartment as the camera moves slowly through the apartment. That's probably more our speed.
That too.
It's dark, right?
Yeah.
Fun.
I was gonna use the slow-mo drug from Dread in the movie, but that'll work.
That too.
Yes. Yes.
That's what we're missing. We're missing a really super fun recreational drug from our game.
The whole page full.
So wait.
What you
So
want?
wait.
Page away.
Just so I'm clear, you guys have not done downtime yet, so I can kind of sit back.
No, they
No,
have
we did
already
do
done
We're
downtime.
done. We're good.
Oh, sweet. So we're done with downtime and we have this much heat and we're about to start.
Go
Oh, yeah,
Bob.
Start a new score.
Yeah.
You got it.
And the lamp blacks have somewhere they have that big metal orb with the warding sigils on the outside that's like stashed. Yeah.
We
I mean-
made a
Yep.
calculated risk at during the last session
We're
in
real bad.
regards to heat, where we kind of decided, you know what, heat might be cool. It might be cool to go up a level.
I mean, you say wanted level 1 is a bad thing. I say level 1 is a
It's
fun
an
thing.
opportunity. You got-
It's an opportunity
Guys.
to go to jail, which is a whole other section of the game.
We just got a workshop.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're
Oh,
engaging the game mechanics. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, we'll be fine, man.
You know what?
This is what the
that's
game
fair.
is
That's fair.
for. Right?
Death saves are a game mechanic that we can engage. Not in this game, but in others.
No, in this
See,
game you just
Too
die.
Too soon.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'll
Yes. My cap's on, but pour some out for Blue though. Yeah. So
Absolute
we do know that there's a bunch of lamp blacks out there, or there were yesterday night, or yesterday afternoon or something, like before everybody had to go try to do dinner with the Scotland consulate guy. Who they're up to something. They got a
They are
plan.
up to
Who knows what it is? When you guys can come up with a plan to try to stop it. So, yeah.
We know where it's at, right?
Yeah,
This
we
is
know where
the-
it's at, yeah.
We're straight
Yes.
into the jump cut, though, right?
we know where you
It's
saw it.
kind of up to you. If you want to look around for more stuff first, you can be. If you want to go straight to the jump cut, because that can also be a little more.
If
Using
I remember
that to
right.
frame how to deal with the situation. If that
Yeah.
If
makes
I
sense.
remember right, the two guys that were gambling with me, I was following them, right?
Right. So not last session, but the time before.
My downtime session.
Yeah, there was the two guys who had been gambling. They were at Cobb's, the place where Spog runs the dice game in the back. And there had been two lamp blacks who were kind of undercover. They were kind of like keeping their kerchiefs kind of tucked under their shirts, who had been there,
Right.
and they were there with an older guy who had like an old military coat that had like the patches and the stripes had been removed off it.
Right.
Um,
I would like to go.
yeah,
I,
and they were back at that bar again. I think when we were doing
yeah,
last
yeah,
downtime last session too.
So, if it's cool with the group, I would like to use my hunt to go back there and follow them back to verify that that bomb is still there.
Should we go check it out? I'm gonna go do some surveillance.
Yep.
So are you going back to the? Do you want to go back to the same place that you definitely were before, where you saw them doing it, or are you trying to follow them?
I'm trying to follow them.
Okay.
How does like gather information work? Because we got this whole list of questions that we can ask, but I'm trying to figure out how we get into a situation to ask those. If that makes sense. Like, is that something that happens during the score, or something that needs to happen before the score?
Usually, I think that's meant to be like, trying to give you guys ideas of things that are going on so you can create the score.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the score is something that, like, the group gets to.
So then we've kind of already passed the gather information phase because we know about the
Well,
thing.
yeah. I mean, something is happening and what to do with it. Yeah.
Okay.
But you can use like the if you have the book there, Ethan, I'm not sure.
I do.
Page 36 and 37 talks about like, how you can use different actions to try to get out there and like be able to answer different questions, You might command a local barkeep to tell you what he knows about the secret meetings held in the back room. You might consort with a well-connected friend to learn secrets about an enemy, rival, or ally.
Gotcha.
So me hunting is kind of like that, right? I'm hunting. I'm going. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
that definitely seems like it.
So
yeah, there's even an example. You might hunt a courier across the city to discover who's receiving satchels of coin from my Lara Cliff.
Okay.
Yeah, so
maybe we should do that.
It's a courier dropping stuff off at your place.
That actual
What's the
thing. We should do that.
I have Cerberus with me. So does that move my standard up to great, extreme? Because it's not. I'm guessing. What's the atmosphere? Is it raining? Because I had to use that to get it back to standard because it was raining.
I think like there's been several sessions of some degree of rain, so
right.
That's cleared up. So
okay.
Yeah. So Cerberus is helping. Yeah, that would put you at great effect.
All right.
And is it the situation that we all know what's up, or is this kind of a continuation of last game where
I
Ghost
think
hasn't left?
We all know kind of what's up.
Okay.
We all know that there were lampblacks who had a place. This is Griffith going out and looking again.
Just to make
or
making
following
sure
lampblacks again. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also like to at some point go talk to Salia, an information broker, and just to see what the rumblings in that world are about a giant ghost bomb, because that seems like something that someone knows about. More than we maybe. Like,
what's the devil's bargain on this?
I think the devil's bargain is just, I mean, like the cheap answer is to go again for like, oh, if you're bringing Cerberus, people are going to start recognizing Cerberus and its extra heat, which feels weak because I know I put that one out there last time too.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's consistent.
Yeah,
it's consistent. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, yeah, no, it's consistent. I got a 3-headed demon dog. Yeah, somebody's gonna notice. I'll take it.
Okay.
Survey says
5.
Hey.
That's good.
Into it.
Yes. So I think yes. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I swear. Yes. So you go by Cobb's. Those two guys are back there in the corner again. You see one of them like, take out a pocket watch, check it, sees the time, kind of taps the other one on the chest. It's like, all right, come on, we got to get going. They head out. They start walking, and like for the first few blocks, it's the same as the last time that you followed them. And then like if they were to turn right, then it's like another like 5 blocks to the wheelwright's shop, which is where that cart was stashed. And they turn left. But when they go left, they go through like the middle of like this kind of like little market type space where there's like a bunch of people like they're trying to sell like different varieties of mushrooms and stuff. And just kind of in the crush, you end up kind of losing track of them. Like you hear them like they make a turn somewhere and like you hear a door close somewhere nearby, but like you're not sure where around this place it was.
Okay.
But they went to a different part of Crow's Foot from where the wheelwright's shop was.
Okay.
If I actually do bring up Crow's Foot here. So yeah, like when they went to the wheelwright's shop, the wheelwright's shop was like, maybe we'll say it's like up here. Cobb's is like here. So yeah, they broke left and like that little like area where there was like kind of like people selling stuff was kind of like down here. Like it's like people who had come across the bridge from Silk Shore and people from Crow's Foot kind of selling stuff on the Crow's Foot side of the bridges there. Actually, just to make it like make me a little more sense, but it's like here where there's like the park.
Okay.
Except that's the middle of a park. There's no doors for them to duck into. It's yeah. There.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. What's the chances of me just walking on down to where it was at? Just kind of looking there.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could head that way. No problem.
Yeah, I want to head that way real quick. I want to verify where this thing's at. That's my intention. I want to verify where it's at, or has it moved or anything like that. So, let's see here. What would that be?
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Would it be hunt or would it be study or survey?
Let me take 1 second here because I'm just trying to stick labels on the map just so that I can keep track of what all those things were. So most of the action ratings like that tend to overlap. So study is more like if you're trying to examine the building to find out details about something. Survey is kind of like the area around it, like what's the atmosphere and that kind of thing. So studies are like a little more architectural versus surveys a little more like, who's milling about and what's going on and stuff like that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say survey. It's more of a survey because I'm not following anybody, so I can't really use hunt.
Okay.
I would say, is this a risky or desperate? Because at this point, people are going to probably be looking at the giant Takarosi with the giant Takarosi dog. So it's like looking at their building. Like, I'm almost like, ah.
Well, do you want desperate?
I do want desperate.
You do want.
I know it's gonna affect. I do, but I want that I want that XP, man.
Okay.
We really fell into this trap really quick.
Hey.
Desperate.
Yeah, so there's not like a whole lot of people on the streets, and like even so in Crow's Foot, people tend to stay to themselves unless they're like trying to cause some kind of a problem. But as you get near Pritchard and Sons again, which is like where you had climbed up and kind of looked in through the windows and stuff like that. On the front, there's like the big roller door for like where they can bring the carts in and out, and they work on the wheels here. But like to the side of the building, like a little ways down, is like a regular door. And by that door, kind of like leaning up against the wall, like smoking some like half-bent little cigarette that's made out of seaweed instead of tobacco or something. There is a lamp black like there.
Right.
He's like kind of like, checks up and down every now and then, and like goes back to like just like smoking and humming to himself because they don't have phones to keep occupied with while they're aboard. But he's like here to try to keep an eye on the door for this place. Like when you left that time, they were like covering stuff up and like starting to lock the building down, kind of deal.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, like our stream says, let's risk it for the biscuit.
That started last week, by the way, David.
You miss a session, David, and just everything just like total.
I love it.
Risk it for the biscuit, or risky for the biscuit.
That is so much worse.
It is.
Are we gonna end up like going like to the bar and end up like chuggy for the nuggies or something like that next?
About that, Gen Con. I'll come in for that. You know what? Seeing how I'm feeling lucky today, and what's the devil's bargain here?
The devil's bargain here is that this guy is like kind of distracted and kind of bored, and there's like this kind of fog here, but it's definitely not a natural fog. So while it would like kind of help you by like, it's like a little misty and distracting and stuff like that, like this is definitely something supernatural, and like exploiting that's like inviting something weird in.
Let's do it.
That was like a fun devil's bargain. Probably bad, but also super interesting.
Hey, 5 and a 4. I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, so I think there's for like fallout of the roll and like the whole like this like weird plasmic fog kind of stuff. We'll do like level 1 like chilled. Like there's something like along your spine, like it's good. Like something ain't right and it's not going away. That's weird.
Level 1 harm, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chilled. Okay.
But like this dude's out here too, and he's kind of like distracted. But like you're able to like get around to like he's on the side of the building, and from the back of the building you're able to find like another little window, and you're able to kind of like get up there and look in. And that same cart that's covered in a tarp that has like the big lump in the middle of it is still in the wheelwright's shop in the garage here.
Okay, cool. So it's still there. Awesome. All right, cool. All right, I'm going back.
Is that at Pritchard and Sons? Is that where this is?
Yeah. Pritchard and Sons is the wheelwright's shop.
And then the two guys that I was following, which where's my notebook? I want to take that note. Went over here somewhere at the market.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'll go back to the place and put a pin to verify on Venus's map. I grab a blue pin and stick it there next to the red pin and say verified. It's there. Still there.
I like that. That works with me.
All right.
Whole system. It's good. I like it.
So, all right. That's it. I'm good, guys. Who's next?
Yeah, I was going to go check with Salia really quick.
Okay.
I was going to consort with Salia and just see like, hey, you guys heard anything about a ghost bomb? That'd be kind of crazy, right?
Wouldn't that be weird?
Wouldn't it be so weird if there was just a ghost bomb somewhere? Like, what's the deal with that? It says they're an information broker, so it seems appropriate. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. You can go. So like, where does Salia like operate out of?
That's a great question. Where does Salia operate out of? I have no idea. She's on my friends list, but I don't know anything about her.
Yes.
She's the one who pops up as like a bunch of different things on a bunch of different people's sheets, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right back, guys.
No, I think that was Nyrix that does that.
Okay, I was trying to remember if it was Salia who was like also a ghost.
How about like
Or
the
something.
night market or something like that? Or does it need to be
Could be.
in Crow's
Oh,
Foot?
it could
it
be
doesn't
anywhere.
really matter where they're at. Like, yeah, she could be operating out of Night Market. She could be in Silk Shore. She could be wherever you feel like, wherever we.
I mean, I think
wherever
I think
you
she's
feel like
going-
she would be, or wherever we feel like, oh, we haven't had a scene seeing what it's like in some place yet. So you're welcome to.
Yeah, I feel like an information broker would definitely set up at like a crossroads kind of district, where like a bunch of people are showing up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so like Charter Hall or something like that? Because that's like right in the middle of a bunch of stuff.
That's also one of the ways they tend to describe Crow's Foot as like, it's part docks and part Silk Shore and part Charter Hall and part,
Yeah, so I mean,
but
either
yeah,
either of those, wherever you feel like putting her. I'm okay.
Okay.
Going wherever, but I mean, yeah, as long as it's got like frequent traffic in a place where a bunch of different people from different walks of life would be. If that makes sense.
Like Charter Hall has this crazy gouge thing ripped all the way around it. Like I don't think we've really spent a lot of time in there. And
it's not like the worst neighborhood.
Charter Hall? No, Charter Hall was like one of the earliest pieces of construction in the city. So like on the map, there's actually like there's the remains of the original city wall.
Oh, cool.
That still surround it.
Sure, let's go there. That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm into it.
I think that's also where like Arius works out of like one of the archives or like one of the, like a lot of the city offices and stuff like that. Like a lot of
I was getting
government
Char
offices.
Hollow. I was getting Char Hollow and Charter Hall confused.
Oh, okay.
Because Char Hollow is like super sketchy, right?
Char Hollow, it's not so much that it's like crime sketchy, but it's like it's people who don't have much money. There's like a mine there, so there's like miners. There's people who work in like the fields and the eeleries on the edge of the city.
Yeah, I think Charter Hall would be a great place for Salia to chill out.
Okay.
Because it says it's a hub. A hub for shops, artisans, and commerce. Seems good. Seems like a good place for an information broker to be.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's probably up towards the edge of Brightstone, right? Like kind of that north edge, near where there's the bridges that cross to Chartstone by the wall. She operates at like a spice shop there.
Okay.
Because that way I can say
spice shops.
Yeah. Yeah, she hangs out there, and there's like she has a little kid who's like, the go-between when somebody shows up to like be like, are they here to buy spices or are they here to like actually like, do something serious? So like, you walk in the door and the little kid's just running around, but if you tell him like, the eagle flies at midnight, then like he's like, okay, and he goes back and he gets mom, and it's like it's a serious conversation.
I love that.
Or you ask for some spice, like I need salt, a lot of salt. It's like, oh, okay.
I need
for bulk orders. You have to talk to my mom.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes, but she'll be in the back there. She probably has like she's like I'm just finishing tea. I haven't seen you in a while. Come sit back here. And there's like the beaded curtain that separates like where there's some little chairs and stuff from like the rest of the actual spice shop that's out the front.
Perfect. Yeah.
So,
I will sit down. I will sit down to be sociable. I'm feeling like a nice. We'll be sociable. I'm not trying to push this a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean she's like, oh, haven't seen from her. Haven't seen you in a while, but I've heard about something that like you would hope that she hadn't actually heard you've been up to, but she knows it because she's an information broker. She knows it. Yeah.
It's just one of those. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So what can I do for you? What brings you all the way out here to the shop here?
I'm gonna give you 2 words, Celia. ghost bomb. What do you know? Because that's kind of a big deal, right?
Do you just throw gross ghost bomb at her, or like ask her about like other stuff around it? Stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'll pat it a little more than that, but like, I don't want to pat it too much because I want her to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. You're able to like.
She's one of my friends.
Get
She's
that
one
out
of my
there.
shrewd friends.
Yeah, and she's in the know on a lot of things. So yeah, I think if we want to make that roll and kind of see, you know, what all she's able to come up with and stuff like that.
So I get an extra die to sort when I gather information on a target for a score.
Nice.
Does that apply here?
Yes.
Okay, so that's just risky, standard, all that regular stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. One bonus die. I'll roll it. Okay, a 4.
A 4.
Okay. Turned out okay.
What is a partial hit for information?
I saw something that was more effect level for that.
Yeah, you get incomplete or partial information. More information gathering will be needed to get all the answering. She doesn't know specifically about a ghost bomb, right? She doesn't know about an explosive, but she does know that, like, you know, all that fighting between the Lamp Blacks and the Red Sashes, the Red Sashes sounds like they're in charge in Crow's Foot now, which can't make the Lamp Blacks happy. I know the Lamp Blacks hated them before that. Sounds like the Lamp Blacks have been sounds like the Red Sashes have been causing more harm to the Lamp Blacks than the Lamp Blacks have been causing back. And I did hear about, I did hear, you know, there were some people who were trying to, you know, make connections and find people. The Lamp Blacks were hiring. They had a veteran dude, an older gentleman named by the name of Edlin Colburn, who used to be a sapper during the Unity War.
What are sappers?
People who do like mines and explosives. Yeah.
EOD techs.
Yeah.
Is that name familiar? Because it sounds familiar to me, Ethan.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar to you, Ethan.
Earlier.
It has been dropped before.
He's the guy that who lost all the money at the my gambling den.
Yes.
Okay, and so he worked on explosives.
Yes, he worked on explosives during the Unity War. It's like, I'm sorry, I know you're not fond of calling it by that name, but yeah. But yeah, he's an explosives guy, and I know there was another gentleman who his name escapes me right now, but he was a whisperer, and I know he was doing work for them too.
Would his name happen to be? Is it somebody we've met before? Or like if I run, because like I know that what's his face? He had that name that was very similar to the other person's name. Flint? Was that the spirit trafficker?
Flint
Flint is the spirit trafficker. Grint was his bodyguard.
Yep.
Yeah.
The answer is it's neither one of those. She may actually have his name and you don't recognize him, or you wouldn't recognize the name.
Okay.
I think had this been Maribel doing this conversation, this would have been someone who had been accompanied by Lamp Blacks and making purchases from Flint. So she's like, yeah, I know he's been making. This other gentleman is a whisperer who was working for them, had been buying things from Flint. Flint, the spirit trafficker.
Okay, so it's like that's who they were going to, but it's the person who was going there that I'm not 100% sure on who they are.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take that info back to Maribel then and see if she can put it together.
I feel a little bad because I feel like that just reinforces the stuff you already know. But it specifically, I know he was buying dangerous ghosts. Like sometimes people will capture a ghost and like catch it in a spirit container, a spirit jar, I think is the name. I'd have to check the thing. And like, they're relatively benign. Like, I mean, there's some ghosts. I mean, there's ghosts that are just out in the city, right? Like they just on the streets, and they're just kind of. Some of them are still trying to go about their business. Like they still hang out in the same wrecked building, trying to go buy drugs every 10 minutes. And some of them, do become dangerous, and some of them are okay for longer times. Specifically, they were buying contained dangerous ghosts.
Okay. That works. I will take that. And I will dispense that information to my crew.
Okay.
And we get an extra D on our engagement roll now because I used my weaving the web ability. So
I would like to have a conversation with someone.
If I can look at it. It's super cool.
Nice.
I would like to get together for a conversation with Bazo Boss.
Is that right?
I just want to get information. I just want to find out what's going on. A lot of his people are dying. It's obvious they are hanging them in the streets.
Oh, I saw a couple of those.
So I'm just concerned for my friend.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's like the one little hole in the wall bar that's like across the street from their warehouse headquarters. That's, where you've been before, where he's been, drinking. I think you go there now, and he's there. He's at the bar. He's finishing a drink. There's a good number of lamp blacks in here, but you know that based on how things have been going, this has to be like there's a bunch of them here, and this is probably almost all of them.
Okay.
Because like there's not enough of them left to like have these guys here and a bunch more in the streets, because like they were all getting into knife fights and stuff with red slashes and everything else. I think as you come in, one of them is probably like towards the front, like will try to stop you. And will be like, what? Like, what do you need?
I'm here to talk with Bazos. And I'll continue walking unless he like touches me.
He puts his hand out in front of you, like he's like, all right, you wait here, right? And he goes over to try to see if Boz will like entertain a visitor here or not, because there's stuff going on. Everybody's talking. Bozo is clearly like they have something on the counter there on the bar where he's like drawing out things and stuff like that. So the guy will go over to go talk to Boz to do that, to be like, can I send her over? And Boz will like kind of like lean over to like look at the door and see where you're at. You're like, yeah. You see him nod to the guy. So like the guy's like,
I start walking. Like as soon
come
as
on over.
Bazo looks at me.
And the guy who was at the door kind of walks past you to head back towards the front. And I'd like you to give me a fortune roll.
Okay. Number of dice?
I think just one.
Okay. I got a 3.
Okay. As he's walking past, he's like, yeah, sorry, and he stops and he looks at you. Like,
I resist.
I've met you before somewhere.
I resist.
Okay.
Oh, you look like you've been having such a long day. Let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
On it, sway.
So yeah, it's by it's not Sway, it's by the group that Sway's under.
Oh, the group. So resolve.
Yeah. Yeah, you should just be able to click resolve.
Yeah. Can I take 2 stress if I push for an extra die?
I don't think so on resistance
Okay.
rolls, because it's gonna roll 2 dice and you're gonna take 6 stress minus the highest die.
Oh, is that what happens? Never
Yeah.
mind. I would like not to take stress that way then. Thanks.
Oh, you take no stress.
Okay.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Because it's 6 minus 1d6 stress. So you rolled 6, you don't take any stress. Yeah, you buy the drink, you distract the guy. He does not remember that he walked straight past you when you were talking to Flint in Six Towers before. And he goes on about his business.
That's good. It's real good. I'm gonna.
He's just like, oh yeah, I don't know. You know Boss So Boss. I must have seen you around here or something like that. But like,
exactly.
like it clicks to you after he leaves. Like, oh, he was one of those ones.
Yeah. I want to just chat with Bazabas, and basically just kind of like find out what's been going on and sway him for information.
Okay. Yeah, he's like folding up a map of Crow's Foot with like a whole bunch of stuff like drawn on it as you're like getting over there, like rolling it up and like handing it off to somebody else to be,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we got it. That's the plan. Go with it. It's like, so, Maribel, what brings you to Crow's Foot?
A lot of your crows are hanging in the street lights. A lot of your crows, a lot of your lampblacks are hanging in the street lights. I've been a little concerned.
It's been a rough little go here, but I think we've got things under control.
Oh, really?
You're not going to have to worry about it for much longer.
Well, it is kind of gruesome to see, for sure.
Well, I'm not a fan of it either.
I suppose this is the Red Sash's work then?
Like, who else? What other dogs would do that kind of a thing, right? Like he's yeah.
So untasteful. And you said you have a plan.
It's like, yeah, the lampblacks, we're going to take care of our business.
That's very, very ominous.
It's like, okay, it's our business. We're taking care of it. Nobody else needs to concern themselves.
I buy him a drink. Buy a drink for the table.
It's basically his bar. Like he doesn't own it, but like it's next door to their HQ. But he appreciates the gesture.
The gesture.
Like, yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I will just calmly keep talking to him, and slowly trying to weave that web of pulling out little bits of info throughout a conversation with him.
Okay. Yeah. You do that. How do you do that? Like where do we go with that?
Really, I'm just trying to be charming and charming to deceive, I guess, in maybe possibly saying something along the lines of having seen some of his people down in Six Towers.
Would you say you're trying to gain access to resources, information, people, or places, or change attitudes or behavior?
Is this what that gather information stuff comes in from?
Well, that's what the difference between consort and sway.
I definitely want to sway. Like, that's where I'm trying to go.
Okay, so that's trying to change attitudes or behavior with manipulation or seduction. Sway someone with a charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluff. So you certainly have the sway them with charm.
Mm-hmm.
That is well established.
So you're saying that
what are you trying to get him to do?
give me information about the bomb thing without me knowing that there is a bomb thing.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was going back to look at the examples. You might sway someone's bodyguard to confide in you about recent events. Yeah, no, that's it's a thing. Yes.
Okay. So I can roll for sway. Okay.
Yes, we can roll sway for this.
Position.
At least risky. Do you want desperate? Because like you're not at war with the Lampblacks, but like the Lampblacks are at war with the Red Sashes, and this is like digging into their war.
That gives me that just change. What is
It
doing
would
desperate
give
me?
you it would give you an XP for resolve.
Oh well, then yeah. Yes, I would like to go desperate.
And XP and worse consequences if you fail.
That's right. Effect.
Standard.
Okay. And I would like to push.
Okay.
For 2 stress. Or is there? Can I just hear what a devil's bargain would be? I don't think I want to take it, but maybe I do. But probably.
I mean, it's been working out so far.
The devil's bargain is the guy who you bought the drink for at the door. Things will click, but it won't be until after you leave.
Nah, I'll take the stress for it. I will be using mesmerism right after this, or as part of this. So.
Does that one does it affect the
Pop
dice,
that one
or
into chat.
is it just the?
See that one.
Pop what into chat?
If you hit the little bell under it, yeah. That way we can see what it does.
When you sway someone, you may cause them to forget that it's happened until they next interact. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if it like affected the dice pools or.
No, I don't think so.
It's just.
This is a get some information then leave sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully Baz will be dead before the next one.
Damn! Crit.
Yes!
That's solid.
And he doesn't even remember it happened. I did, probably.
That's and you get an XP for it. So, yeah, check one in your resolve track there. Yeah. You're there and you're talking to Basso Baz. I think as you're coming over there, he had been comparing 2 maps of Crow's Foot, and there were notes on both of them. And like one of them got folded up and taken away by another guy, and the other one he was folding up as you came over, and it was sitting on the table. And I think you're able to get away with that.
Oh, with the map?
Put like a frilly sleeve over the top and like kind of like nudge it back up the sleeve a little bit.
Sleight of hand with my fan, yeah.
But and his conversation is yeah, those bastard red sashes, we're sick of them. They think they can just roll in and take over while the crows are out of commission. Because I mean, screw the crows, but like I'd rather the crows than the Lampblacks or the red sashes.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather the crows than my own crew. Yeah, I'd rather the crows than the red sashes. My Lara Clev can go straight to hell and stay there forever. I hope he gets hit by the goat pulled equivalent of a bus with diarrhea, and it doesn't matter anyway because after tonight, nobody's gonna have to worry about them ever again.
All right.
Totally got a ghost bomb them though.
That's quite the thing. If no one's gonna have to worry about them again, you must have grand plans.
Oh, it's gonna be. They'll never see it coming.
Should I warn the orphanage that's not too far away from the red
They're
sashes?
they don't need to worry about it. Shoot, I should remember their name, and I don't. No, like the we hired out all those orphans for the night anyway, and we sent the caretakers to dinner. That they're not going to have to worry about a damn thing, and once the red sashes are gone, everything's going to be peachy keen here in Crow's Foot, and awesome for everybody involved.
Does that mean you're taking out the crows as well?
Yeah,
In your
the
grand
crows,
scheme? I'm trying to find out like what how big the radius of this bomb is about to be.
He's only focused on the red sashes right now.
Okay.
It's like, the crows are still splintered. Like they've got some more recruits, but they're still, Lissa hasn't brought the other members, the other lieutenants back into the fold yet. They're nothing to be concerned about. The red sashes, they're gonna pay.
So not all the way to Crow's Tower.
But the orphanage is effed, which is relatively close.
But they plan for that.
Well, I give a cheers for tonight, and may everything go well in your operation. And perhaps we'll be able to talk about this in the next few days.
It's like, I think, you'll certainly be reading something in the papers. He kind of takes a drag off a cigarette that like actually does smell like tobacco. It's not one of these like fake ass seaweed ones. He's like, but I think he assumes that you live in like Brightstone, like one of the nice neighborhoods. Terrible. I know it's I love
seaweed
it so
cigarettes.
Yeah,
so terrible.
Because they can't spare the luminous vines to grow tobacco as like just a general crop. That's like something special.
I feel like society would prioritize tobacco over like food. Like based off my experience in the US.
This man certainly does. This man is definitely getting his tobacco and robbing others of food in order for him to get tobacco. Absolutely.
That's right.
Someone has done that.
Somewhere in the book it does call out like one specific place where there is a tobacconist shop. Like that's where he's been getting his stuff from.
I bet he's busy.
Yeah. Yeah, so he assumes that Maribel lives like in Brightstone or like somewhere nice. So it's like, he in better words than I'm going to come up with, he gently recommends spending the night at the cafes in Brightstone. He's like, I know you don't, you come down here to slum. I know you don't live around here for sure. You definitely don't live in the back of like a burned out shop up in the upper decks of the bottom corner of the district. You live in Brightstone. You live somewhere nice. You live somewhere with people that, have lives and matter. Don't like, live down here at the gutter with us. Yeah.
It's very fancy.
Yeah. So it's like, I think this is a good night to spend at a cafe somewhere by your place.
Noted.
Like you should be like the subtext is like you should not be sloving in Crow's Foot tonight.
I'm like, yes, I will be enjoying my dinner at the Golden Pear? What was the name of that place?
Golden Apple?
You might not want to say
oh yeah, no, I'll just name some place in Brightstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like across the river from Brightstone, but that place was like specifically really expensive. So like that might be like that might be too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying.
Golden.
Oh, the Golden Plum.
Yes, There we go. I kept wanting to call it the Golden Prune.
But you weren't even there. How do you know?
Because I have Legend Keeper and I'm just zooming around the map finding pins. And
how do you know and we don't?
I will.
You have Legend Keeper, the ideal campaign management solution for your game,
and world building.
Yes.
Oh, that was the announcement really I forgot in the beginning of all of this. We're going to be giving away a copy of Legend Keeper tonight.
Everybody have it. All right.
I will take the hint.
Yes.
And wish him good luck.
He will kind of salute you with like the tail end of his glass of whiskey that you bought him from his own bar. and bid you on your way.
And no lies. I mean, no, like actual, like straight up lies to me, right?
No, he's
Okay.
he's telling the truth. He definitely has plans for tonight. He definitely has a thing against Mylera Clev that is just big, and everybody knows that, and nobody knows why those two are just at each other's throats quite the way they are. But is what it is.
I will go back to the group and just put casually on all of the strings on the table the map.
Okay.
Hey.
Two things. One, I love that you got the map. Two, I love that he won't realize you got the map until the next time he sees you. I love that. They're going to think they misplaced it or something.
I love that, but I love that the next time that she sees him, he's going to be like, oh.
That's where the map went.
Things seem to disappear around you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're going to burn this bridge soon, right? We're running
I don't expect him to live long.
Ohm doesn't have a bridge to burn here. This is all Maribel's bridge.
I vote to drive the bomb to the Lamp Black headquarters.
Yeah, but how close is that to our house?
No closer than the red sashes are.
Yeah, we're in a weird corner, kind of away from
everything. We're pretty distant from everything.
So
especially looking at it in Legend Keeper, it's way more clear.
Yeah. That other map that's in Legend Keeper, the Ryan Dunleavy map, it's either through his Patreon or it was to the Kickstarter backers. It's actually it's not on camera on the stream, just barely, but I actually have that printed and hanging on the wall. So it's
oh, dude,
there.
I'm not attached to this game at all. Yeah.
Do you stand with your hands behind your back, looking at the map, plotting things?
And I still have them go here.
So Empty Elm does have something that they want to do as well. I know that there's not a lot of conversations that they're likely to have, but I'm hoping that as part of everyone else's investigations, especially Ghost's investigations, that there is at least a vague reference or understanding to the shape of the runes that were on the bomb, so that Empty can try and figure out how it works, or how they could take control of it or stop it or use it, or get some sense of, when I'm in the same room with this thing, what could I possibly plan to do with it?
Okay.
I could take 2 stress and flashback and say that I remember from the last time I looked at it and this time what the runes look like.
We're not in a score, so you don't have to flashback.
Okay.
And I don't have a problem with and I don't have a problem with there was a rune. It was shaped it was a K with a circle in the middle and a dot to the side. There's something that's identifiable.
Okay.
Because I think we might have even had a thing where people were looking through books in the back of the shop after that score to look up more information.
Yeah.
Found a reference that's how you knew that rune was a ward egg rune.
Right. That's right. Yeah. That's how we figured out that it was actually a bomb and not just some ball with weird runes on it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
They're coming up with a new game.
We don't know bomb personally. We know that there's ghosts inside.
Yeah.
No, we have
now you know
inside. Yeah, now we
after today for sure you know. Yeah. So I was drawing on the map in Roll20.
Inside.
Yeah. So I was drawing in the map in Roll20. So the lines in yellow are yellow just so that they're actually visible on this map. They're actually drawn in some other color that makes sense to actually have in a pen. On the map that Maribel took from the bar that Basso Boss was in. But those are the markings that are on the map.
Wait, hold on. Because of our layer, all right, I might change what I'm looking into here. because of our layer, we have an understanding of the underground tunnels and pathways.
Mhm.
Do the markings on their map at all correlate with our understanding of the underground tunnels and passageways of Crow's Foot?
There is a point where in all three of those paths they switch into they would have access to a place that goes down to like a lower level.
Oh man.
Yes. You'll also know part of that also passes through your hunting grounds as well.
Yeah, I see that.
But the one next to our hunting grounds has an X on it.
Yeah.
That's different than the other two.
So there's not
Do we have
one
time
bomb.
to go check these buildings out?
There's 3 bombs.
Potentially. Do you have time to go check these other 2 buildings out that are marked?
Yes. I mean, there's still, like he said, it's happening tonight, and it is probably like 6-ish now. So
yeah,
we need to go check out those 2
there's
buildings.
There's limited amount of time to be doing other things. Yes.
I can go and check the X one out real quick. I'll go do that.
Yeah, that was like right in our neighborhood. We need to get that one
locked down.
We need to know about that one like yesterday.
So should Empty spend their time understanding how to potentially control one of these things, or should they go on the prowl and find one of these, go and check out this one that's like kind of we've never been to before?
I think we need to figure out how to make it not blow up.
You're our tinkerer and saboteur.
I think if we need to know how to deactivate it, we okay. Maybe that's
the order
a flashback.
Matters.
Maybe that's a flashback because maybe we don't end up needing to disarm the bomb.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Depends on what the score is.
Okay. Gotcha.
So either it may never come up, so I don't want us to sit here and like do a bunch of stuff that's like not
that's a big game design thing for Blades, is that you only confront the problems that show up, not the ones that might show up.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's the point of the flashbacks, is so you don't plan for something that never happens.
Gotcha. So yeah, I think then it feels like then having Empty do some research now is maybe a little less guided.
We may flash back to Empty doing some research now.
Sure.
But we don't know what that research would need to actually be to be productive in the future. So
gotcha. So is there value to me just not taking an action and knowing that Empty is busy doing something good, and then later on we refer to it, or should I just go ahead and go out and check out one of these 3 buildings?
So Griffith checked out one of these buildings earlier.
Yep.
So Pritchard and Sons he's been to like earlier this afternoon. But there are 2 other buildings that are called out on this map. One of which is X'd out, the other one is not. And they're all along routes where they would end up being able to get into lower levels of Crow's Foot.
Yeah. I mean, I have some prowl, so I don't mind going and checking one of these 2.
Okay.
I was going to go check out the one in our hunting grounds.
Okay. I'll go to the one in the middle. Boom.
Okay.
I am going to stay at the lair. Because I do not have prowl, and I feel like I want to study the pins.
The pins.
What's the devil's bargain here?
The devil's bargain is that there is somebody around that building. That building is like a decommissioned firehouse, right? The firefighters moved to a different facility that's like a couple blocks away. The extra die is sorry. Too soon. It's a big brutalist architecture firehouse that's full of
It's traumatic for 4 out of 5 people on this call right now.
Yes.
I am so lost.
You died in a
firehouse. I was looking at something up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the extra die is that it's not it's not a lamp black, but there will be somebody else who will end up like spotting you at the end of like skulking around and like trying to peek for information and like be like, hey, you know, like kind of deal. Like it'll draw attention to you.
All right, cool. I'll take it. Because I'll just bite his head off.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
No, I did not. No, I did not. That is not physically possible.
Oh, it is.
It happens.
Actually.
My soul.
Oh,
It happens.
So
physical
so
and
many
tangible.
things are possible.
Why did it have to be a firehouse, Mike? Could have been anything else, man.
Heist starts now with you getting made.
That's how it happened the first time.
All right. What's the fallout?
Okay, the fallout is sorry, I'm reading the official options off like the sheet to like yeah. Things go badly, you suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, you lose the opportunity. So I think yeah, that guy who is down there and like sees you, he will like chase you and like it knocks you down off like the thing that you were climbing up on. And I think he'll pull a flintlock pistol.
This fool wants to die.
And be like, "The hell? The fuck do you think you're doing?" And that's when you'll notice that like you know his shirt he's got one of those kerchiefs like tucked under the collar for cover, like trying to stay you know. So yeah, you're in a desperate position. Whatever happens next here.
All right. So let's see. What do I have? So I have finesse. Is this a finesse or is this a skirmish? Let me read this real quick.
That depends on what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I'm running. Like I'm not gonna I'm not trying to fight. I'm in a bad situation.
Prowl. Traverse
so
obstacles. I don't know.
Prowl is prowl unseen and traverse obstacles, climb, swim, run, jump, and tumble. Prowl can also be ambush with close violence, backstab, throat cutting, a blackjack. Skirmish is skirmish with an opponent in close combat, assault or hold a position, brawl and wrestle.
You know what? I'm gonna try prowl. I gotta try prowl.
You're gonna try to like just take off and like get away from him.
Well, it says jump, climb, tumble, because I'm not in an ambushing, right? Like
yeah,
he's kind of got to drop. Like my thing is, he's kind of got to drop on me, but but I can pull out a knife because I got my knife on me, right? You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So is that kind of like falling in also? Because I wanna get him and then take off. If that makes sense. Or is that two different actions?
So that's two different actions. I mean, I think if you say, I want to take off by going through him, like, you know, I'll pull the knife if I need to, and I will like just charge the dude and like try to bowl over him because you're probably like a good head taller than he actually is, and you're like scary ass shark dude. So
right. Would that be skirmishing? I mean, I'm taking
it would certainly be in the skirmish arena, yeah. Like that. Okay, because that sounds like a clear.
I'm gonna take 2 stress on this because I don't have anything to skirmish yet.
Okay.
So, I'm in desperate, right?
Yes, this is desperate. If you spend 2 stress to get a die, you can't take a devil's bargain.
Okay. Standard effect. Can I get a greater effect because I'm a scary Taikarosi dude?
Not on this one, just because he's basically like he's got you down like on your ass on the ground first.
Yeah.
And
All right, I tried. All right, come on, please. Why?
4. Okay.
Just let me get all the way away.
So you're bigger than he is, and you're quick, like you're wiry, you're snappy, right? Like bang. And he's not super quick on the draw. Like he saw you there and he got around and he had the gun that he was able to pull out and stuff like that. So you're able to like kind of like jump him and like smash into him and like knock him off to the side. I think the flintlock goes off. The flintlock goes off while you're taking off. So I will give you the option on like what the actual like the blowback from the partial roll is. Either it hits you or it misses you, but you're not wearing your mask. Or were you wearing your mask?
No, because I didn't want to come off as faceless. So I was just Joe Smo. Like, I don't want to give our group up yet. So it's like, fuck. What does it put me if I take the bullet? What does it put me at?
That
Am I
would
still
be
level 1?
That would be
Because right now
this was desperate. You're still getting away. I kind of want to say it would be like level 3, but you'd be able to resist it down to level 2.
Nope, we're gonna just go ahead. Sorry guys, they're gonna know who I am. Like I can't afford that.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
Oh, yep, that's the fallout. I know
Okay.
who I am. Our heat's gonna go through the roof.
Not if they're all dead. If they're all dead, then they won't be able to make you.
Yep. All of them have to. I'm sorry, Maribel. All your friends have to die.
It's just
because
it's only
you
one
made
guy I
me,
use for
everyone you
information.
know and work with will die.
Yeah.
Everyone you care about. All the people who you raised from the little orphans and brought into your fold and taught them how to make a living.
They all have to die. I'm sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's sorry, Paso. They must die. Yeah, so you end up getting kind of chased off from the derelict firehouse that is now occupied by somebody else here, without getting a chance to get a look inside.
God bless America.
Yeah, so what all were you up to?
I don't know now, seeing how that worked out. No, Ohm is going to this other building that we haven't seen before or made before. And I think the first thing is to be maybe in the alleyways or something like that nearby and assess what the building is before even trying to get eyes inside the building.
Okay.
So yeah, there's gonna be a moment of just kind of casing the joint before figuring out, do I put on my mask and go on the prowl, or do I just buzz out of here because it's too hot?
Yep. Yeah, there's a sign. There's like you can go back into the alley in the back to take a look around. But there is like a sign like on the corner that's in like that like intersection there, like the bigger intersection, like the northwest corner there of the building. That I just closed my page. Yeah, so it says I'm sure there has to be like like a specific name for it. For like place that breeds and sells goats. But it's like Slane's Goatery.
I was about to say a
right?
goatery.
And like, and you can like as you get close to it, you can smell it.
How about the kids shop?
Hey, I like it.
Because there's really goat kids, but it's dark, right? Because it could be.
They're all going to hell. Straight to hell.
No? Okay,
Are
cool.
you going there or are we already there?
Right.
That's the question.
I mean, woke
Yeah,
up
I like
this
the
morning.
goatery. Bloody Sam's goats and things or whatever.
Yes. So yeah, Sloan's goateries. Quality breeders. Goats and goats,
Not a goat in the
goats
mill.
feed and goat accessories.
And just by odor alone, do I already know that this is an active goatery?
Yeah, I mean, it smells goaty. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
So,
as you
raw goat's
approach the
milk?
building, they have a section in the front where they sell goat's milk. They sell the actual goats. Like a fair amount of the building is actually probably in the middle is probably open air, because it's got like stable type space and like people can go in and kind of like look around at the different goats. It's like, oh, this is this year's model and it's got a spoiler, like, and they can like.
Oh, I'm too hard at that. I love too hard at that.
Yeah. So there's like it's definitely a place that has like stables and stuff like that. You can smell goats from outside.
Yeah. Does it look like the shopkeepers are super attentive? Like everybody in there has some goat dealer on them trying to sell them a used goat with the clear coat or whatever.
Yeah, it's to help with prevent
Now
hail
that
damage to your
ceramic
goat.
coating is a new thing now.
Yeah. Do you
ceramic
want to
coating.
go by the front where like the main like shop entrance type
Yeah,
space
I'll
is?
I'll just give it a walk by and kind of give it a quick glance. I don't want to look interested, but I do want to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, so like the shop is closed. It's dark inside, and there's like
Okay.
a closed sign hanging on the door.
Sure.
And like the other, like on the north side of that building is like where there's like would be like big wooden gate type of doors, and those are closed.
Okay. Then I will go in through. Well, actually, I have this widget that lets me ride wires up to roofs and shit. Right? Do I have that, or does Maribel have that?
I gave it to you.
Okay. So I would like to try and get on the roof of this motherfucking building and go and see if I can gain access from up there.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's like a building like across the street that has like a fire escape kind of thing on the side that would like you would be able to like grab hold of like a wire that was up there to try to
Cool.
latch onto and like zip across the street over to the top of this other building.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the sneak, on the prowl. Once I'm up here, I'm gonna put on my mask and get all ninja ready.
Okay.
Because I'm on the job now.
Okay. Yeah. So let's make this prowl check, and then that'll be kind of like getting across and how much information from being over there and that kind of thing. So
right.
Kind of
yeah. So
multiple things.
The only information that MTL wants is the device in here. And I guess really what it's going to tell us is, are there 3 devices or 2 devices kind of thing, or not? What is the significance of this building as regards to the plot that they're putting together? So I don't need to see the device. I just need to see where it would be and say, oh yeah, that's probably a cart with a ghost bomb on it kind of situation.
Yeah.
Or verify that there is no cart in here and the place is just full of goats and goat crap. That's good too.
Goat supplies and literal goat crap. But
right, lots of it. Seaweed fertilizer. That's what they call it. So I'm gonna hit the prowl button here. I imagine this place is guarded. Like they didn't leave it. Well, I don't actually. Is there anybody here? If there's nobody here, that kind of tells me already what's up.
As you're up on like kind of this ledge on the upper side of the street, and you're able to like kind of like get more of a view, you do see a pair of lamp flax kind of come around like that back top northeast corner and like walk along that north wall.
Okay.
On the outside of the building. One of them does stop and like kind of double checks. There's like this big padlock on a chain on that door on the outside, the like the wooden doors to the stable type area. That he just stop and check for a second.
Okay.
And then they
so
kind
make
of
sure
like,
that the locks are still good. Okay.
and they kind of carry on walking around the building.
Okay. Yeah. So so Empty, they're gonna move over to the goatery, get on the roof of that, and try and assess a way in to the building. Staying, slow, taking their time. This is the only thing they've done all night, so like I feel like they have some time. Maybe they don't, but
Yeah.
So yeah. So on this prowl check, I'm alone, but nobody's made me coming in yet. It sounds like a pretty Spartan area. So
yeah, there's people like bustling around. Like the
Okay.
place that you're probably on top of on the first floor is like a kind of low end restaurant. So like there's some people going in and out.
Okay.
Actually, the guys who were like coming across the street, who were coming around and like patrolling, like probably like one of them keeps patrolling and one of them like comes across the street like directly under you to like get something from this restaurant because
Nice.
it's like it's that time, right? Like
Right.
it's
yeah.
6:30ish. Everybody wants to eat.
They get their seaweed and eel hoagie and
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of good.
You are so wrong.
I mean, I eat kale.
Yeah.
I like
There you go.
fish.
Yeah. See,
It's just a sushi roll.
there it
In
is.
my mind.
There it is. It's just a salty sushi roll. That'll electrocute you. Inside, kind of slimy. So position risky or is this controlled?
It's still risky. I mean, you're trying to dangle across the street on a thing that like makes noise when you operate it, and
Yeah.
All right. Eel rolls are a delicacy in London, by the way.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure
They used
these
to not be.
are not.
They used to not be when they were necessary to live.
Right.
But now they're a delicacy that you pay an upcharge for.
Right. Because they have time to
It's
prepare it
lobster.
with nice spices.
lobster used to be a trash fish that people fished up by accident in Maine, and then
Yeah.
now
Yeah, they
everybody
gave it-
wants it. Yeah.
They gave it to prisoners because it looked weird.
Yeah.
So standard effect.
Yes.
Perfect. And I've just got the one prowl. I think that Ohm is going to be pretty careful here. So I don't know, like what would my devil's bargain be out here? I guess somebody would see the faceless leaving this area or something like that.
Yeah, and if they see the faceless leaving the area, then that'd probably be heat.
Right. All right. I'll go with that.
Right.
If I realize now that I just named my own devil's bargain and maybe that's not cool. So Mike, what is my devil's bargain?
No, it actually like they do say like even if other players have good options for devil's bargain, it's like
Yes,
as long
the
as the
table.
GM will sign up for it. Like yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're
And-
definitely hitting wanted level 1 after this, and I'm stoked for that.
like yeah.
All right, good. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take my one bonus dice for
Okay.
outing that Faceless was at this building.
Yes, out them.
Wait,
And stop it.
hold on.
Do it.
Hold on.
Do it.
No, I can't. Well, okay. Let me walk through the ramifications. The only reason that the Faceless would have figured out that this was a possible location is if they had seen the map.
Potentially.
And the only person who was in the room with the map, other than the Lamp Blacks, was Maribel.
Doesn't sound like Empty Ohm's problem, though.
Yeah, that's not MTM's problem.
I mean,
it's
I kind of.
mine.
Let's be honest, David. I kind of screwed the pooch already. Like we're.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't
All right,
figure it
all right,
out.
all right,
like,
all right.
Let's just do it.
Now,
Let's do
let's
it.
also remember, like,
All right.
he knows the map went missing and that I was in the region.
No,
All
he
right.
just knows right now. He just knows the map went missing. He
Right.
doesn't remember
Right,
you coming
but
by
when
at all.
he
Okay.
when he does
Okay.
remember,
Right.
You can
Well,
never
just,
talk to him again.
He's gonna be dead soon.
We have to kill him. We have to kill him so that Maribel can never talk to him again.
So this mission really just became an assassination. We really don't care about the bomb
Anymore.
All right, so 1 bonus die.
We're gonna kill him with the bomb.
All right. So I'm going to submit this 1 bonus die for the Devil's Bargain and all the other stuff done. All right.
If we kill him with the bomb, it sounds more like
America.
sabotage than just.
Oh yeah, there it is. Because he's going to be near his bomb.
I mean, he's
sabotaged
see the wreckage.
It makes me remind
All right.
of the Beastie Boys song.
So
Okay, so Faceless Maid. Faceless
Take a
Echoey.
note.
Yeah. And then, let's see. Consequences for a risky partial hit. Okay. Yeah, here's a good one off the list. You end up in a worse position. So the building across the street, like it's like 1 tall story. Along that west side, there's a building that's like 2 stories, or like 1 story plus like an attic storage type level. But it's built up around the edges, and in the middle, it's actually open air. And then there's like the stable space is like around the edges. So you're able to make it across. I think when you're still not quite all the way across, it's like right, and like there's like a puff of like acrid, like brimstone smelling smoke, and like you're kind of like tossed off of the zip line onto the roof.
Oh, shit.
So you're able to see down into there, and it's like, yeah, around the edge there's pens. There's actually multiple carts down there, but there is 1 cart kind of stashed back in the corner by the pens that does have a tarp over the top with a suspiciously,
Roundish top.
Yeah, it's got like that's not just like bundles of hay. That's something that's shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with some like mild glowing from underneath. But yeah, the practical upshot is that you're up here on, and the zip line's out of reach back that direction along that electrical cable, and frankly it's sparking wildly, so you're lucky to not have just fried yourself. And you're on top of a building that's like not really meant to have people on top of it, so there's not really a way down.
Good. All right. So yeah. And I imagine I didn't land super gracefully on this roof either. So I'm gonna stay flat and spread myself out a little bit so that I don't fall through this roof, if I can help that.
Yeah, like it's probably like wooden beams, but like then like kind of like sort of thatched and patched together and stuff like that. Like there's another level of the city like above, so it doesn't get like rained on directly all that much. So like they never come up here to try to like, oh, let's go back up and reinforce the roof that never has to deal with rain anyway.
I would like to go up a level. Is there a way to move up a level? Is there a support pillar or post or something like that I can get out to and shimmy my little happy butt up away from this building?
I think there is probably a pole, but like it's not like attached to the building. It's like if I jump over there, I can try to grab that pole, and that goes up to where there's like a boardwalk. Like the next part up from there, you can see that like the pole goes up, and there's like catwalks on the side. It doesn't have like the full boardwalk street up there, so you'd be able to like try to climb up and get onto one of the catwalks to leave. But it's a pretty good jump. Nope.
Just no. Okay. Then, all right. Thatched roof. Tell you what, I am going to.
So there's a thatched roof. It's fairly high.
Yeah.
You can try to hang off the edge and drop off on the outside.
Yeah.
But like that's not particularly tuck and roll height.
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna do it on the inside, and it's a little bit higher. But like, there's some maybe it'll help.
Yeah, but then I'm inside a building.
That locked gate.
Yeah, exactly. So tell you what, I'm going to deconstruct some of this thatched roof and get some of the binding or rope or whatever it is that they use to like keep this thatch in place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and loosen that and have some of that for myself, leaving the thatch there, just kind of laying. So like a smooth breeze would get rid of it. But while I'm here, maybe it's not going to move while I get my, enough material for me to like fashion some kind of rope to get me off this roof onto a more sturdy place that I could climb down. That's my intent, if that's doable.
Yeah, I think you're able to come up with enough like this
weaponizing thatch.
Yes.
Yeah, you're able to like take enough of this cord that they're using to hold it, and it's pretty strong. Like, Ohm isn't like a super big dude. I don't feel like, or like if Griffith tried to dangle off this line, Griffith's like pretty like Griffith's muscly and stuff. Like there would be some trouble.
Tall, but rather small framed.
Yeah,
and
plus
then
he's got all these empty gaps.
Exactly,
like,
there's not like
space.
A lot. Demon gaps everywhere.
Yeah,
very light.
So you can find enough of that cord that like it'll probably support you to get back down somewhere, but you're gonna have to find a spot and climb back down.
Okay. That's what Empty is gonna do to try and get out of the situation.
Okay.
So let me know if how to handle it from a role perspective.
In general, prowl is like most of your like physical actions like that. Sure. Like you're climbing, you're jumping, your stuff like that.
Perfect. Is this risky or is this desperate? Because if it like breaks, I'm gonna like land on the ground like a ton of bricks or something.
Yeah. So it's definitely risky. If you want desperate, it can be. Do
you're in a worse position. Your last one was risky, so.
Oh, then I might be desperate.
Okay, yeah. Then this cord is like, tested this part. This should be okay. No, really, I don't weigh that much. I'm fine.
It's been up here for how many years? Who knows?
Yes. This isn't dry rot. No, that's fine. This is.
I like the Empty is taking the moment to like convince themselves this cord, I can suspend myself on it.
This will support my weight. I know this.
Just don't let it bend or kink. Then I have real problems. I need to keep it straight. Okay. Effect is standard.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to just roll it. No bonus die.
Okay.
Because the Devil's Bargain, I don't really want the Devil's Bargain. I've already got one on my head right now. And I'm trying to like not have stress. So I think I'm just going to roll and see if I make it or if I don't.
Okay.
All right.
God bless America. Man, we are really...
Empty is showing up with a broken ankle.
Okay. So I'll give you the choice too. One,
thank you.
You land real bad. Or two, you land, you make it down to the bottom and like it kind of like, that was jarring and uncomfortable and that hurts, but like it's not real harm. As the one who continued on around the building comes up on that side and the alley that goes the other direction, you can hear the other guy like with his mouth full, like Clyde, where are you? Right, like coming back with his sandwich.
Fake being discovered, man.
I was about to say, you know what? Getting made actually kind of sounds kind of fun. Yeah, let's have. I'll do a land and roll, right? So it doesn't hurt so bad. It was very uncomfortable. Kind of a parkour roll away from the building. Still masked up. I've got my my inky black, dark as night mask on, and I come up in mask and book it out of there. But definitely that guy sees me.
Yeah, he sees you. He screams, hey, who the hell are you? Like you hear like the rattling of clicking back that hammer in the flintlock pistol.
I would love to cross the really big wide street, hoping there's other people on that street that might serve as human shields for MTM.
I think, yeah, like he's chasing you towards that street, and you break out into that street, and there's other people crossing, and like one of them is like there's a blue coat patrol that's coming the other direction as you like go charging across to the alley on the other side. So he like makes it out into the middle of the street and like has to like real quick like holster this and like kind of like
okay. Yeah, when I get into
try
that
to
alley,
take off the other way while trying to watch. Like he
are
backs
there
his way back to that alley, like while like kind of like looking around and trying to keep an eye on.
Okay. But, yeah, when I get into the alley, MT's thought is find an underground access point, a storm drain or something that'll let me get down into the tunnels that I'm more familiar with.
Okay.
To get out of this situation.
Nearish enough by, there's like a sewer grating or something like that you can. Okay. Awesome. You're all empty space. You can wiggle through that down there. Take off back to your direction.
I like how MT started off as they just have like interesting throat holes, and now they're an amorphous thing that can be any shape.
It's not that he can be any shape. It's just he's kind of like it's real skinny. It's like
Yeah, no, I get it. So yeah, I'm in full flight mode.
Yeah, and you're able to like get your way down there. The Lampblacks don't know anything about the sewers to begin with. That's why they had that map.
It makes sense.
But yeah, back to the shack. Back to the shop.
Yeah. Operation success ? I'll fill everybody in that I definitely spied a cart with a device, but I was made on the way out in my mask. Someone saw the faceless mask leaving that area. When I say someone, I mean a Lampblack, and when I say a Lampblack, I mean
two Lampblacks
with pistols. And then I ran across a busy street in my mask, but none of the people on the street were Lampblacks, so that part was okay.
There
were some blue coats around, but we're friends with them. That's fine.
We're friends with one of them, so it's okay.
You're on good terms with the blue coats.
That's right.
That's fine to me.
Did you find anything?
I found that there was absolutely a cart there, and yeah. And I think if at all possible, I'd like to kind of mark on these maps where they would be entering the sewers, or not the sewers, but the underground tunnels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not information that we all probably have that information. So
yeah, and I think
I'm just trying to salvage as much as I can.
Yeah, there probably was some of that information on the map too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna draw more things here. Sure. And like this intersection back here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so like there's orange marks for like that's where there would have been significant places where they would have been able to get a whole goat pulled cart into an underground tunnel.
Okay. So yeah, I will be forthcoming in the extent of my success / failure to the group.
Well, you did better than me, bro, because I just straight up failed.
Well, I don't know that it's a failure. until we see how this plays out. But it doesn't feel good right now.
My question is, how do we handle 3 potential explosive devices with our one team?
I think the fastest answer, or the fastest path to success, is to warn the red chasseurs and have them either evacuate the target building or address the problem themselves, because they have the manpower that we lack.
We can go after
I agree.
the Pinwheel one, and they can go after the other 2. That way we don't lose the opportunity of owning that bomb.
I agree on both fronts. I think we should warn the red sashes, and I think we should try to take one of these bombs for ourselves and put it where we please.
Might I ask that it not be kept here?
Of course.
It won't. Of course.
We'll deliver it somewhere it needs to be and have it exploded and on its way.
There's all kinds of storage space back at Welker Manor, right?
There is.
I think we should detonate this thing tonight. If there are going to be ghost bombs going off, might as well.
And where would we detonate it?
Oh, there's a nice, lovely place called the Lamplighted Guild Hall, you know.
I mean, it would make the red sashes rather happy. City, maybe not so much.
It's not really our problem, is it?
Only if we get made.
Which it sounds like we already have.
It's only happened twice today. Surely it won't happen.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, sorry. How much heat do you want me to stack up on you here? Cause
we're there, man.
If we tell the red sashes about 2 of them, then it's on them. Then we could position the other bomb at the Lamplighters Guild and make it look like it was the red sashes that did it.
Yes.
Or do we want to specifically tie our name to rebombing places?
Well, if there's a lot of ifs that have to become yeses for all that to happen, right? We have to tell the red sashes, they have to act on that. Odds are the lamp blacks would have to see them in action, stopping the other 2 bombs. And then the red sashes would likely keep these 2 bombs for themselves. Yes?
Better to have them as their allies.
I think we should talk to the red sashes.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we mention 3 bombs or just 2?
2 that we know exist, with a 3rd that's possible.
We do not mention the map or how we got it.
Of course not.
So in game mechanics, then are we going to do a 2-fold heist? Or...
I don't think so. I think this is more just something that's happening before our heist of 1 bomb.
Yeah, and then my question would be: is this a heist? Is this a score of like a social score with the red sashes?
I don't think so. I think that's kind of like a minor thing. Just like, hey, by the way, there's some bombs, and then our actual score is taking care of one of those ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because we're
it could still be a social thing, right? Because we're alerting them to the bombs. Like, they have no idea what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to figure out if we're trying to work a score into that of talking to them or not.
So. I don't think that's the most interesting thing to do as a score, though. Yeah. I think that's like, hey, by the way,
that would be like
2 bombs. Here they are. Like, if anything, that's like setting up.
Ghost, how were you made? Were you made as a faceless, or were you made as?
No, it's just me. They just think it's me.
All right.
I didn't have my mask on, so if all else fit.
Here's my suggestion. They made a faceless at the Goatery.
Uh-huh.
I think if we are going to go after a bomb, we need to go after that bomb.
But the other bomb is practically in our hunting grounds.
I understand that. And it would pass through our hunting grounds and be easier for us to get. But if we go after that bomb, then it means that somebody somewhere could put that Ghost is faceless. And that faceless knew lots of information. Whereas if we go after this bomb, it means that Faceless knew about this bomb, but maybe not the others.
All right.
That's kind of what that's my thinking, is that unfortunately I was made as Faceless at this location. And we are tied to that location.
But if that dog shows up.
No, the Cerberus ain't going on this mission. I could go ahead and tell you that right now.
Okay.
Cerberus going to stay home for this one.
Okay.
Out of character.
That's losing a big asset, though.
Can we take a 5-10 minute break?
Yes. So what I was going to say is that, yes, we could definitely take a break. And since we're starting to get up towards time, we might want to do a break, do end of session stuff, and then make sure where we're at in terms of like actual Ghost Bomb next time. Ghost Bomb.
I can run late. I'm okay continuing to do this tonight if everyone else is.
Because we still have like an hour.
I still think it might be a little bit longer than we might be shooting for going late.
Right.
And I don't want to have to. I'd rather we call it short here and be able to focus on it than try to do it and then like because I can't stay out super late either. So yeah. But yes, let's go ahead and like we'll take a break now. We'll take 10 minutes. Good.
Yeah.
I need to make a phone call anyway.
Yeah. Should I start up a giveaway?
Yes,
the giveaway for everybody
definitely.
on the stream? Okay, excellent.
Give that away.
Yeah, so keyword tonight is going to be made, MADE.
Yep.
And let me get this little machine up and running. Whoops. Why is it doing that? Okay. So everyone, we are going to be giving away a copy of Legend Keeper, which is a online campaign tracking tool. We've mentioned a couple of times in the stream that we are always using it to track our own campaigns, especially this one, and knowing where everything is and mapping all that stuff out. The players can add to it. The GMs can add to it. There's like secret stuff for GMs to know that they can later reveal to players.
It's kind of perfect.
It really is.
It's really good. Yeah.
We all use it.
Well, it's crazy. He's made it this whole time as like a part-time gig on the weekends, and it's growing so much momentum that Braden is going to quit his full-time job and work on this all day, every day. And like this will be his job, is making Legend Keeper. So it's really good now, and it's just going to get better. So chat, if you will put made in the stream, if you go over to Twitch and I'm going to type it out. If you type made into the chat stream here, that will enter you into win while we go on our break. And we will be giving away a beta key to Legend Keeper, which is going to be super dope for anybody who wins it. I promise.
Cool.
Awesome. Let's go on break, and we'll give that away when we get back.
Cool. Yeah, we will see everybody in 10 minutes. Oh, we are always laughing when we come back from break. That's great. Nobody thinks anything weird's happening.
Yeah, no. Our pre-roll is nothing but boredom over here.
You have to subscribe to the non-existent Patreon to get all of this off-camera banter.
Yeah, that's right.
The stuff that broadcasts on the other channel. Yeah.
We need to get so popular that we become Twitch partners, and then I can do like special things like have a subscriber feed, and then so folks, like, link, and subscribe. Tell all your friends
because you don't want to miss this shit.
All the gold is already out the mine by the time we come on camera.
That's right.
Okay, so we're back. We don't have a lot of people putting in the thing, so we won't run the contest right now. We'll run it later this week. It's cool. I have licenses to give out, so we'll give out one tomorrow or one on Friday, or Saturday, I should say. So all good. Mike, I'm just gonna give it back to you, dude.
All right.
Because I got nothing else.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, so I think for setting kind of an agenda for like kind of tail end of session at the time that we've got here, it sounded like you guys wanted to go talk to my Lair Clef.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him warn him that there's oh, the Lampblacks have 2 things that they're going to try to bring to your place. Oh, and attack you with. Oh, you better go stop them here and here. I wanted to have a little bit of talk after that in terms of like setting up timeline, because I think we know it's happening tonight. We know it's already evening. We're still going to talk to Mylera Clev right now, so we're going to set ourselves up where, like, next time we're not going to have time to be doing more dinking around in the city. You'll have to make a decision on a score and go.
Yeah.
If you want to like act on this before things go bad. And then all our end of session type stuff with XP and abilities and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, if you guys wanted to go see Mylera Clev, you are welcome to. Y'all are on good terms with him.
Yep. Yeah, I think we should all go as the Faceless.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Because we're also trying to get our like information brokering business off the ground, and so telling a crew that there's a bunch of bombs heading their way is definitely some salient information.
Also, like, we're in tight with these folks. It sounds like they're either going to be dead tonight or run this whole neighborhood tonight. And we really want them to know we were on their side.
Yep. In both cases, this is the right move.
Yeah.
Also, I now have a place to put all my disguises in this area, so changing clothes.
Someplace that you won't have your like deadbeat brother occasionally being like, "I'm just gonna sell a couple of her sweaters." Like, just take these out to the pawn shop. Yeah.
I'd kill you.
As soon as
he only did it once.
As soon as you want us to kill that guy, it's fine. We can do it. We won't get all our bonuses attached to it, but we can still kill people.
There'll be a time. It's a coming.
We're not assassins, but
we could be for a fee.
Doing jobs outside of our crew type.
The price is right.
Doesn't have as many bonuses, but we can still do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So. School of the Red Sash over on the east side of Crow's Foot. It's evening. The main practice area is probably they've moved in a bunch of like they're low tables that like they're wood. They're not super heavy. Like they can pick them up and move them out of the area. But basically all the like you keep coming back and you keep seeing like they have like various ages of kids doing different levels of drills, and it's like there's one table that's set out and it's like the 7-year-olds are having dinner, and there's another row that's set out and that's like the 9-year-olds are having dinner. It's like, and then in like kind of like the far end there's like the adult guys who teach and stuff like that. And Mylera Clev are kind of at a round table that they brought in on some pillows, and they're they're eating. But one of them is like at the door and like, you guys, we're on good terms with you. We're here to see Mylera. Pleasantries are exchanged. He will like, escort you back through this training hall full of like everybody eating who goes to this school. Mylera Clev will be like,
soldiers.
Yes. They're training them young. Hey, they can do some like wild stuff already with like flips and like things and like grabbing people with sashes. It's all over the place. It's wild. I think they're back there. Mylera Clev will like have some people like, guys to my left here, kind of clear out so that we can have some space so our friends can have a seat here. I think he will like specifically, he's like, come here for a second, and like on the table he takes like, those teeny tiny little jars they give you when it's like, oh, it's grape jelly for your toast, but it's like one little tiny jar of grape jelly.
It's like a single serving thing.
Yeah, he has like one of those. He's like, I know we spoke once before about it, about my private growing space. It's like, this is jam made from one of the peppers that I cultivate. It's like, take a tiny dab to liven up whatever you're going to eat. Take 2 tiny dabs if you want to have fever dreams and see things, and take 3 tiny dabs if you don't want to wake up for a couple days. So, yeah.
All right.
This
Amazing.
sounds amazing.
He went all the way to South America for those peppers.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Do I happen to have on me any way to like get like sneak a dab that I keep with me? Because this sounds something that
Oh,
Ohm would
he's
want
like
to,
he's like handing you the tiny little jar.
Oh,
It's
I'm gonna get to keep the whole thing. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's like
Yes.
Excellent. So
you don't want it down it all at once, because
Right.
you'll have a few real difficult days on any number of fronts. But it's like, yes, it's I from my own personal grove. Or
yeah,
you
and
prefer
Empty's
to say.
shoulders kind of slump, and they're like, they lean forward and like and take this in, and say, I'm unworthy of such a gesture.
He's like,
I have to refuse this. Surely this could go to a more deserving compatriot.
What are we doing? That's Griffith saying, like, what are we doing? That sounds amazing.
You refuse 3 times.
That's right. You go through the motions.
like, no, I insist. Like, no,
Yeah.
I insist. Like,
Yeah,
he
good.
keeps going back and forth until it's like, no, really,
Yeah.
please, you must take it as a gift for you.
I feel like there's 2 cultures who are the exact same way about accepting gifts.
Yes.
2 different cultures, but they're both the same way, and so it just works out.
Right. Yeah. I like that. I like that idea that like the reasons, like the steps are funky, but the number of steps are the same. And so it works out. They kind of like muddle their way through the cultural exchange of
it's fine
providing
except for when the people from Tycheros and the Rivians try to dance, though they step on each other's toes, but they
Yeah,
still
it's
end
awful.
up in the
It's
same
awful.
spot.
Very difficult.
I don't know how it works.
I like
Excellent.
I like the no. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
No, you. It's like
Culturally just works out.
Yeah.
I think the technical term is Canadian standoff. Like, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So we have a Canadian standoff, and then I lose by taking the gift. I'm not
I like
sure.
how Blades in the Dark is a Canadian standoff, where Cyberpunk is always the Mexican standoff.
California happens. Right?
It happens.
The proximity thing.
Yes, but he will offer that to you and insist that you take it.
Ohm
have
is
space for everybody to sit and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Ohm is pretty amazed at the gesture. Absolutely. So there is real like feeling behind some of those words of like, this is, like it would be easy for Ohm to think that there's still not much in this world, and so this would be kind of overwhelming for them, and that's pretty cool.
Nice. Cool. So friends, please join us. What brings you to the School of the Red Sash this evening?
Well,
there's a bomb.
Ghost bomb.
There is
Ghost bomb.
There's a situation that we have found out about regarding the lamp blacks, and we felt that it would be most prudent to tell you what was happening.
They have
You see,
ghost
like all the guys at the table like bristle as soon as you say the word lamp blacks.
I realize.
How do they react to the word? They have ghost bombs.
They're still mad that you said the name of their enemy. They didn't even hear what their enemy was doing.
I love how we're approaching
mad.
this.
Yeah.
I love how the 2 talkers are approaching this. He's like, well, there's a ghost bomb. Maribel. So
I'm from Scotland. We are direct people.
We're on a timeline here, people. There's bombs involved.
He was military, so like.
Talk now, whiskey later.
Yeah.
Which you
Scotland
but
or
you
whatever.
have it with you on now. With you.
I do have it with me now.
So yes, as my associate put it, we have discovered some information that the lamp blacks might have arcane measures of targeting your facility?
3 to be exact.
Well,
2.
At least 2.
At least 2. I got stabbed to try to find out if there was another one. Didn't quite figure it out.
right, but the story that we agreed up front was we're telling the
there
red
was
sessions
two.
I
too.
made that mistake. I legitimately just like, let's retcon this real quick.
Yeah.
It clicked.
I resist. Yeah.
I resist that. I lied. Sorry.
Yes, at the mention of that like, they're planning on bombing, they're planning on like, attacking the actual school.
I would even add in, they seem to think that you guys won't be an issue after tonight. Because I just want them to understand the stakes that the lamp blacks are apparently bringing to the table.
Yeah, I think
Apparently,
immediately
the red
Mylera
sashes-
Clef will turn to like the guy at his on his other side from you guys, who you've seen around. Like this guy's like,
Is he the one who
he's
always
Mylera
pours
Clef's
the coffee
assistant.
from way too
Yes,
high up?
He's the like the assistant who's like in the know. But he will turn to him. He will say something in Hadrathi, and that guy will get up. And like kind of at the end of each table of like these kids of the different ages, one of them has a sash, and he'll whisper to them, and those ones stand up and start to organize all the other kids and start having them gather so that they can like he can like get all the students out of here. The rest of the guys will be like, yeah, got my thing, got my sash, what's going on? Actually, there's probably a couple of them that get up to like go muster like the other guys who aren't like officially part of the school. Like there's a lot that like patrol the streets and they go out and do stuff. Like they're ringing like the weird bell and like the top of like the school building to kind of gather their masses. So yeah, it's like, what's the information? What has to happen? What's going on?
Well, we can give you the proximity of the 2 locations that we are aware of. We know that something is going on, we're not quite sure what the end result of damage would be.
They have evacuated the orphanage.
It's like, this is good to know. Like, that they're
like just knowing where that is, like if that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's if you look at the map there where like the Red Sash School is outlined in red, just to the south of it there's a park, and then there's another building there with like a pin that says 3 in it. That's where the orphanage is at.
I will say though, they apparently have not advised the crows.
Like, well,
whatever
they still have aspirations. I'm sure that collateral damage to the crows is something that they'd be willing to accept.
Also, just between our crew, which 2 bombs did we tell them about? The ones that we know exist?
I thought it was going to be this one, and we were going after this one.
Yeah, because that's where Ohm was made at.
Okay, so we're going after the goat one, and we told them about 2 possible ones, including the one next.
Well, we know this one is legit.
Yeah, like, the ones with the TLXs were the ones that I think you guys were going to tell the Red Sashes about.
Okay, that works for me.
And we know there's one in the middle spot, and we know there's one at the top spot, and we think there might be one in the bottom spot.
Right.
That works for me. But that's what we tell them. Like, this is what we thought.
I was just making sure what we're telling them versus what we have.
Yeah.
So, hold on. I'm just now realizing. So we're telling them this information for free because we're really nice and we like them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the types that would reward you for the information, right? Okay. Like they're going to drop some coin your direction for this.
Sweet.
I mean, it's also like going to fundamentally shift the power of this area that we work in for them.
Yep.
I guess my question to them would be, what would their retaliation plan on the Lamp Blacks be? if they were to stop this attack?
Yeah. He probably says something in Hadrathi which sounds really flowery, but none of you understand it, and then he kind of like needs to stop himself for a second. Be like, there will be no more lampblacks by dawn.
How can we help?
And come out better on the other side.
So the dangerous part of asking him that question is that he's going to ask you guys to go do something when, like, you know that you have something you want to do.
So it would be better to phrase that in that we will help as we can.
That, or like you will, yeah, like phrase it as like, you know how to help and you will be doing that.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do then. Then we know where to be.
Yeah.
We have out of character, we have helped them a lot.
Yeah.
We just helped them a ton. We could even tell them where these carts are expected to go underground.
Yeah. I would give them even that much.
Or not, whatever. But
I don't want to give that to them for free.
But what I'm saying is, like,
I think we give them everything about the 2 routes that we're not interested in pursuing.
I was thinking we could tell them, hey, we are a small crew. We've discovered this information. We want you to have it. And we will, make ourselves safe and ready to be useful in the aftermath.
Yeah.
That works.
Yep.
That works too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's glad to accept that. He's glad to accept that help. He will send out the main assistant dude after that guy, like, he mustered the kids in charge, were like the heads of each kind of year, to go deal with the kids from each year. And that assistant guy comes back. Mother will say something to him in Hadrathi again, and he'll shuffle off into another room, and he'll come back with a little pouch. Pass that off to you guys. It's got about 4 coin worth of money in it. It's like, thank you. This information was critical to us. He raises his little glass of like super strong coffee, and he's like, maybe I'll see each other in the morning, right? Like off into the breach, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Get a
We got
coin.
paid to do nothing.
Yeah, you got paid. You've been putting
2
it
of you
all
got
on the
made.
line.
I mean, we did a lot, but at the same time,
so we all get 1 coin.
Yeah.
Is the upshot.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so other than that, he will, unless you had something else to say or something else that you wanted to get involved in with him, he will hurriedly go about rallying his men and assigning them to help deal with these 2 routes and stuff like that. Like,
Where, if I may so ask, are you sending the children?
We have a safe space for them in Charter Hall.
I didn't know if he was going to use them as like little warriors or something. I wanted to make sure.
No. For right now, he's sending them.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's not the old popes. He wouldn't just send 5-year-olds to fight in a war.
Yeah.
We don't know that. This game has a really bleak world, Ethan.
It's night all the time.
Norm.
Come on.
So
no,
we'll be there in, like,
you guys
5
are
years,
there,
it's
and
fine.
it's like this main like training hall is like kind of faces the east side of the building. So on that east side of the building, there's a lot of windows, and you can kind of see across the canal to where there's the wall for Charter Hall, and there's a big building. And he says, we'll send we have a place that we can send the children. They'll be well cared for. And he kind of like gestures towards that window, and you kind of realize that as you look across to Charter Hall, and there's a big building on the other side of the wall that you can see the top of. There's an Eruvian flag flying there, and that's like the Eruvian consulate.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, so Demas will definitely put that together because he just walked by there like today.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, okay.
Cool. That's the thing. We did the thing.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what country backs the lamp blacks then?
The lamp
They're
blacks
just
are
scamps
they're
of
local.
this
They're
area.
from Akaros here, which is like the nation that Duskfall is in.
Okay, cool.
But the red sashes are a school of Eruvian like swordsmanship.
Right.
So all the members are Eruvian, and like most of them have actually studied at the school, but not necessarily all of them. Yeah, so we can kind of like, fade to black on that. I do want to say that I think the thing that he would say also is that if they're going to do it tonight, then I'm sure that something in Hadrathi, Baz will be doing it at, and there's like a name for like the hour that they used to light the lamps. It's like, the time of day when the lamps get lit. Like, it's not like Brillig, but it's like something else, right?
Sure.
So he's like, if he's going to do that, he's going to do it then, and that's like, not even an entire hour out from where things are at right now, kind of deal. So
like gonna
he's
make
getting
a big deal of it.
he's getting the guys and sending them out like now to hopefully get them out there and get the drop on the lamp blacks. They're going to be out there. So we kind of fade to black there, but it sets us up with a timer for like next time we go right. We don't have enough time to like be doing more around the city type stuff because like there's dudes like hauling bombs around the city, so like you get to like figure out something to do when there's bombs going on. But otherwise, unless there's anything else somebody else wants to hit, we can do the end of session stuff.
I'm good for end of session.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So here's the fun part, that even though we didn't do a score and we don't really get to add stuff to the crew sheet, I have +4 heat to add to that crew sheet.
Shit.
Wow.
Which puts the crew at 1 heat and 1 wanted.
Yeah.
It sure does, doesn't it?
What
Yep.
does that mean?
For today, nothing.
Man.
For next week.
After a score, then it means and then it changes the dice that get rolled when you have an entanglement. And as those change, that changes what the possible entanglements are.
But if one of the factions that wants us is gone.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to drop it, right?
No.
If we've taken them off the table, there's like fewer people that want them.
There's still heat. And right now, it's not even that there's heat; it's that there's people who want to put you in jail.
Right. Yeah.
Though it's not like that bad of people wanting to put you in jail. Yeah. So we can hit character stuff. So we can go around and do the whole thing where everybody has the 1 XP trigger that's specific to your character. Maribel, do you want to start that?
I'm on the crew sheet. With deception or influence. I believe I did that.
Yes. Did we do it more than? Did you do it more than once?
Okay. Well, I did deceive the guy that was gonna make me, and then I used influence and stuff on Bazabas.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Sweet. So that's 2. Griffith, how about yours?
I followed those guys.
Yeah, you had a desperate moment there.
Yeah, I had a desperate moment.
Yeah.
And then when that all went to shite, I fought my way out. So that's the violence one.
Yeah, so you have tracking and violence. So that's 2 XP for you too.
Yep.
It looks like
that fills up my bar.
Yeah, that rolls you back over down to 1.
So
if you just click the first one, it'll drop it back down for you there.
Right, real quick. Can I take all Now, if I take my experience and put it over into like prowess, do I get to fill that whole bar up and then keep some of my XP, or is it?
Yeah, it's 1 for 1 they move.
Okay, so for every XP bar
2,
that I
3,
move,
4, 5. So you can take 5 ticks out of your XP bar now.
okay.
So I'm gonna set it back so that it's still where I had the 1 empty one.
Yep.
Okay, so you can move 5 of those ticks up there now to prowess,
Okay.
which is just going to clear back out, and you'll be able to pick another dot.
Yep, we're gonna go right into skirmish because it seems like I'm getting into that a lot.
So
and
if we
then
set
that leaves.
Yeah, so in your main XP bar, that leaves you with 2, and then you just earned 2 more, so you'll be at 4.
Hey, I'm doing good today.
Yeah. So Demas, what was your
Mine
playbook one?
is calculation or conspiracy. I feel like talking to Salia was one to kind of try to work around things.
Okay.
And then maybe talking to Mylera Clev was also a little bit as in like sort of hedging our bets on this one to make sure we had somebody else helping us.
Okay.
So, I mean, 1 or 2, however you see it.
I think if you want to do 2, that's cool.
Cool.
And Ohm.
So I know I had 1 desperate action when I
So
fell down the
that's
thing.
Yeah. And I think did you already check a tick box for that up by prowess?
Oh no, I haven't. I'll do one by.
Okay.
By
Yeah.
prowess. Thank you. And then I also address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. Like there was some technical stuff used, but I don't know that I really like. I never used tinkering, and I never used.
Yeah, there was kind of
wreck.
some half measures multiple times. So I think if we want to give you 1 there, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. I mean, I certainly want 1. So
Yeah.
if you're okay with it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then express believes, drives, heritage, background. The little exchange with around the gift might count for that, but everything else was really just Ohm being Ohm.
Yeah.
Not necessarily anything specific to Taikarosi.
Yeah. Did anybody else hit on belief, drive, heritage, or background?
Not today.
I know it was mostly messing around, but I do kind of like Ethan's we're going to be direct and to the point because then that's how we are.
Yeah, Skullwood.
I thought it was
funny.
and kind of in characters.
So. I'll take it if you guys want to give it.
I want to give it. I think it's a good.
I'll back it.
I only need 1 XP to level up, so I'm in it.
We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get it.
I think it made a funny dichotomy between my flowery and your nope. This is it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the interplay between the way the 2 of your characters go about social engagement. It's really kind of fun to watch.
Yes, it's the difference between like we'll sit here and have tea and a cucumber sandwich and we'll dance around the topic until eventually we discuss the thing versus we're here to make a deal about a thing.
And here's some whiskey.
I also already picked my new advancement.
What is it?
I'll send it to the chat. I took a veteran advance.
Oh, cool.
You're immune to the terror that some supernatural entities inflict on sight. 1d to resistance rolls.
Well,
nice.
that makes sense. Mr. Eyes on Ghosts.
He's been working on himself. He said, we got to get over this. No more ghost spooky.
Yes.
So last time I had leveled up and I never told y'all what I picked. I picked the Physiker.
Ooh.
Hey.
Because we get ourselves hurt a lot.
We really do.
I haven't been hurt. I'm good.
No, but you're about to be if Bazelbaz finds out.
I was about to be dead.
Hopefully that problem takes care of itself.
One would hope.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's gonna make you like pretty. It makes you a better person for fixing harm than going to Melver. Yeah, so
right.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I pick a new friend?
No,
Melver's still useful, right? Like,
Yeah.
never hurts to have an
get
actual
a new
doctor.
friend? If Bazabas
If
dies,
you sell
do I
out
get a
your
new
best friend, this guy who you supposedly like, but
We are
right? Like
very
he's your
friendly.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah, we are very friendly to one another.
We're very like undercover frenemies.
Undercover frenemies.
I like secrets, especially other people's.
Yes. Anyone struggle with issues from vice or trauma? Nobody's got trauma yet. Keep working on that.
Oh no, we're gonna get it next session. Definitely, somebody's gonna get some trauma.
Could I potentially get one from background, because it was suggested and we talked about me not slumming.
Sure.
With Bazabas. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back to the fancy place where you come from.
Yeah. Go back to Fancy Town. They're in Brightstone, where they have paved streets and street lights.
So my understanding of this game is that the individual characters are supposed to be way OP, and that we still have to struggle super hard to get our crew up to any sort of strength. So if we level a lot, that's intentional.
Cool.
Well, we've also been doing a lot of like we've kind of been not specifically every single time, but kind of alternating between you do a score, which is when the crew earns points, and you do not a score where there's downtime and there's the stuff in the city and stuff like that, where at the end of both of those, characters earn points, but only after the score does the crew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like only after a score does the crew have much in the way of like significant ones that are going to fire. Execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation. Didn't do that one. Contend with challenges above your current station. Like, didn't really contend with a whole lot of challenges other than
individually we did.
Individual level, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe bolstering the crew's reputation, because we've been dealing with people.
Yeah. You appeared very savvy to my Laraclev. We'll check another box there.
Cool.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
We want to kill the lampblasts.
We don't want to kill them.
We have clearly put our lot in on this war.
Yeah, we're in it.
We have picked a side.
Right.
We have picked a side. We have officially picked a side.
And it better work out.
Like the pop-up came up that said you cannot undo this faction choice when you make it.
Bazabas will remember this.
Yeah. I saved and
resaved. Bazabas will not remember this.
I might not.
He will when he sees her again.
If he sees me again.
Hopefully he'll be dead by then. I'll kill him myself. Do I need to kill him myself? I'll do it.
We can't just expect him to just die because the world wants him dead.
Somebody give me the gun axe.
But you know that, like,
no,
you guys, like, yeah, Griffith and Demas are going to be the ones who, like, put the shots at him, and as he dies, clearly Maribel ends up standing over him and taking off the mask, right? Like,
yeah, that is cinematic as AF. Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, the red sashes are not going to be the ones to find Bazabas.
Well, they might. They want him.
They do, but
they do.
It's got to be us.
Laraclev hates him, so
it's got to be us.
Yeah.
For funsies.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not the Red Sash show, right? Like it's.
Right.
It's not. It's the Faceless show.
Oh man, it'd be so funny. It'd be so funny if all the major plot points happened without us, and we're like always missing out, and we're like moving all the pieces so shit happens, and then like we never get to see.
That's its own kind of show, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's
we're always in the shadow of the people we help.
Well, did you ever read like the Enderverse books, like the Ender's Game series of novels?
I've seen the movie Ender's Game, which I think is similar.
I started reading.
It's a good enough start. The author who has any number of problems wrong with him, and I hate to deal with it anyway. But he went back and he wrote another series of books that was Bean, like this little other character that like kind of appears in Ender's Game and then kind of disappears, and it like covers like how Bean played this entire role leading up to that, and like everything that character goes on to do afterwards that you never see on screen. So they were actually kind of interesting, but
it's like
not
being
fan of the politics. So anyway,
it's like not like playing the Star Wars game, but not being Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and stuff, and being the other people that had to do things.
You play like
the
Red
other
5,
rebels, yeah,
or whatever. Like you had this super cool life up until the part where you entered the movie, and then you just die.
Yeah.
For fun.
We've got Casey here as Blue 3 and Ethan here as Biggs Darklighter, and yeah, like all the guys like, oh, they had names, we know them, but like they weren't.
So there was that one dude. There was that one dude who was like pretty prominent in the sequel trilogy, who was just big chillin' from like the old days. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Wedge, maybe.
Wedge. Antilles?
Yeah,
Wedge Antilles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He became like in the Legends. He's like leader of Road Squad. He basically becomes Luke Skywalker 2.0 when Luke gets sent to Jedi Master. Like he does everything that Luke did back in the day. Like
that's my homie.
So quick question. Do we have more game stuff to do?
No, we do not.
Okay.
So we can
subscribe to the Patreon for this post-show content.
Before we wander
all this gold that we're just giving out.
Giving it away for free.
Thank you, everyone, for putting up with this stuff tonight. Yeah.
We apologize.
Wash your hands.
This has been pretty awesome. Yes, wash your hands. Never more than or closer than 6 feet from any human being, because we were all
personal space in public spaces has been on point every time I've had to go out for the past week.
That's right.
Like people are more scared of me than I normally am of them.
Like so, I walk outside with my child.
Staying away from me.
I walk outside with my child, and everyone's like, "Oh no, no! I go the other way. I'll go the long way around this block."
Kids are full of germs. That's a bomb.
People are crossing. People are crossing the whole street to not walk on the same side as you. It's like
no, it's like this whole sidewalk is now mine. We own this, me and my child.
Like I went to the grocery store yesterday, and there were people. And there would never be more than 3 people on one aisle. And if somebody else tried to come in, the person on the end would leave. Like people are so skeeved out. It's crazy.
I want them all like making eye contact. Like, yeah, it's time for me to go. And everybody on the aisle is like, yeah, it's time for you to go because we got to shift.
See, but like me, I'm just walking around with impunity, and this whole system is happening around me. Like. I'm just buying groceries.
In real life.
I guess so.
This is where we learn that Ethan has like you have this inner fantasy that you are the president and everyone around you is just Secret Service and they're just moving, orchestrating everything around you. So everything
like it kind of felt that way because like even standing in line to check out, like people were keeping their distance, and I'm like, wow, this is great.
The Norwegian style where you.
I don't want any of you near to me anyway. So this is great. This works out perfectly.
That's awesome. Okay. So stream, we are going to close this down. Thanks a ton for tuning in. We are going to be back tomorrow night to play Oceans, the board game, which is super awesome. We're going to have the creator of the game, Dominic, coming on to play the game with us, talk about the game, talk about making the game, the Kickstarter, all that kind of stuff, while we, make species and make them eat each other.
You got that special edition at that store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. That store had 3 of them. That means they kickstarted the thing 3 times to get those because there wasn't like
they didn't have like a retailer.
Not yet. So the retail version is coming out shortly. So for that store to have 3 copies, that meant that they kickstarted the thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. So anyways, we're going to do that tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're playing Cyberpunk Red. We're starting up chapter 2 of the Cyberpunk Red campaign, where all of my lovely players here are going to be, seeing what happens next.
I'm going to actually remove my arm for the game. So,
dude,
awesome.
That is some hardcore cosplay.
Dedication.
I'm not going to do that.
No, you're not. I've
You
seen
said it.
128 Days Later, and that's a terrible idea. It hurts.
Yeah. Plus, I canonically stated that Silas was also left-handed, and so I'd be removing my dominant hand. I can't do it.
Can't do
So
it.
many reasons you're not going to do this.
Like the right hand might be okay.
No.
That'd make playing Animal Crossing pretty hard.
If you
So I'm
can't
not
do
gonna
that,
do
it comes out Friday.
I gotta stay available for Animal Crossing. So
Make sure you drink a lot of water.
I
Stay
retract my
hydrated.
statement.
Okay, stream, you all been amazing. We're going to tune off now.
Yes. Thank
Are
you.
we
We're gonna
Go
go
out,
do this.
find High Shelf Gaming Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Right. Have fun and play
See
well.
everybody next time.
May all your rolls be crits.
Great.